What is going on, everybody? Mario here in Fighting Exchange. You know what time it is. Eric Cruz in the building. Bro, Cruz is literally the champion of the community. I just want to let y'all know that when you get close enough to this community, you'll be able to get to know people like Cruz, who's just like a combat sports best friend. I don't know how else to say it without saying it, champ, but salute to you and everything you do to help out the content creators of boxing. You've been supporting us a long time, champ. You're the champ. Yo, we got Cruz starting off. Doomy's supposed to kick in. Uh we'll wait. We'll be waiting on him. He was at a taco festival, you know what I'm saying? Bro, stop it, bro. He was with this girl. Why you always think like that, man? That's crazy. Y'all think like that. Weirdos, man. All right, I'm gonna set up the camera right quick. But yeah, we're rocking out. Cruz and Imashiro, something like that.
Started his career at the Watanabe gym, which is most famous for producing champions Japan has ever produced. He was kind of molded in that model, but as I mentioned, felt that his boxing was crumbling and he has lost his confidence after a shocking loss in Korea. He's now training at the Akari boxing gym. Inside on the back of a nice right hand. Cruz getting this with that jab early on. I think that is you're going to see him follow up with that straight right hand. Sergio Cruz is, he can't be a very unorthodox puncher. Could happy with that 2-1, sort of out of nowhere. Yeah, the 2-1 is a punch that Ari's equal veteran. It takes a lot of southpaw, and that 2-1 is actually the opposite of a 1-2 when you're standing for the orthodox stance. And further to that point, one of the core tenets of the Cuban boxing school is to always finish with that left hand to keep yourself safe. Without you see that, mixing things up, pitching backwards. He gets under range here. Good right hand there, a moment ago from Mashiro.
Yo, Ashiro hit him with something nasty just a bit ago. Mashiro fighting with anxiety. Anxiety. Cruz is trying me. Ain't no denying he fucking hooking up everybody with the. I ain't gonna say. Yo, I ain't seen any of the other fights, so y'all are gonna have to tell me what we got to go back and watch. But yeah, man, we're gonna tap in, watch all of this fight and the main event. Hopefully, Doomy taps in before the main event. And yeah, we're gonna talk about it, bro. Listen, everybody's saying Dana White is leaving UFC. It was something that had been going around for like a couple weeks now. Ever since the whole Canelo thing, it blew up. And now nobody big reported it, right? But Ariel Helwani finally came out and said something about it. So now we're gonna say something about it. We'll talk about that a little bit later, probably in between fights. Also talk about Oscar's crash out on Thursday. Bro, he big mad. He is big mad. But he's got a lot of good points that he made. He also fails to realize something, but we'll talk about that too. Shitting on the fact that I don't know, man. They're saying UFC Noche is going to be at night. I still hear rumblings of switching times, that the times aren't set in stone, but everything that everybody that knows way more than me in boxing is saying is that Noche is going on at night and Canelo Crawford is going to go on during the day. And listen, I'll be honest, bro, big fights don't go on during the day. I mean, unless they're in the UK, unless it's Klitschko Joshua, then yeah, 4 p.m. that's what I got to do for that fight. If it's David Haye and Vladimir, okay, I get it. But Canelo Bud, Cruz putting it together now, though. All right, second round. Got a minute 15 left. Yo, Mishiro is jittery, and then he's also, it feels like he's trying to match Cruz's fight approach. I mean, he's got the wide base. I mean, I'll be honest, I haven't seen him enough to say that he's not a guy who fights that style, and Japanese fighters are known for that kind of style. But Cruz is piecing him up now. See, that's the problem. You can't get in that range with Cruz. That's a losing range with Cruz every single time. And here's the thing. It's not even that, oh man, is he going to hurt him? No, it doesn't even have to be that. But he's scoring points. He's winning rounds. Like, you couldn't land the harder single punch in the night. But if he gets that piece up on you, bro, these judges aren't going to score it any different. There goes the second round, and Mushy looks a little tired. I'll be lying. I mean, I ain't lying. My bad. No audio check. Damn, that's fucked up. Yo, I want to thank everybody for tuning in Fighting FX, YouTube, Twitch, IG. Oh, speaking of IG, X, everywhere. Did I say IG? I meant IG right now. Yo, but I'm also gonna put the invite in the chat early. As I said, Doomy should be crashing through. Also going live on his page, so I'm also gonna try to tap in with his following. Link is in the chat for YouTube, YouTube, Twitch, and that's it. What the fuck? If you got it. Yo, did Kanye's album come out? I seen you in the chat earlier too. That's how I knew. I saw the screen name. I already knew who it was. I don't think that Kanye album's coming out. I'm just telling you, or at least not when it's supposed to come out, unless it already came out and I didn't hear about it. All right, we 2 minutes and 10 seconds left in the third round. Mishiro takes a right hand, 3 consecutive right hands, unanswered, followed with 2 lefts, and then a big thumping right hand. Is thumping the right word? He just thumped that shit on top of that boy's head. Yo, is that the Japanese Canelo? Has he got red hair? He got a red nose and a busted up ass red lips. I could tell you that right now. But yo, he's got red hair. This is the Temu Japanese Canelo, sold brought to you by a sweatshop of 9-year-olds. And yeah, you can get this with a 300% discount. Ooh, a big right hand. Cruz. Oh, and Cruz just landed 2 right hands down the pipe. You cannot get hit with consecutive shots like that. I mean, that is like the equivalency to Aaron Judge calling his shot, hitting a foul ball home run, and calling his shot again. Like, if he hits a home run after that, or even a double off the fence, bro, that's all your fault. And now Cruz is just piecing this kid up. Oh, he can't see. He's stuck in the tornado. He's stuck in the tornado right now. He's stuck in the Cruz tornado. Punches are coming from left, right, up, down, uppercut, hook, straight, jab. He's doubling him up. He's throwing him on repeat. Bro, he is, listen to me right now. He is Fight Night Champions button smashing that right hand. Cruz is just button smashing that right hand, and he's not missing. He's not missing. Yo, he got into the chat room and he found himself a noob. Oh, he is just hammering that right hand. Yo, he is spamming the right hand like you're fighting with Roy Jones Jr. in Fight Night Champions online, bro. He is just spamming it, and he's down again. The Japanese kid is down again, bro. Oh, I don't know. He just did the cross, or he just said that he's done. I don't know what maybe both. He gave a weird gesture. Oh, I think he was like, oh, thank God the time is done. Thank God I don't got to get my ass kicked anymore. It's Rocky. What the hell? Bro said, you got a Kimbo Slice shirt? Yo, champ, I ain't got no Kimbo Slice shirt. Nah. But shout out to Kimbo Slice, though. He was dope. Let's see. Yo, what the fuck? That's not the link, bro. Oh, okay, I get it. My bad. Oh shit, my bad, guys. I got y'all on the replays. Hold up, let me get my iPad out. Babe, you see my iPad? Where did I put it? Oh, it's over there. 4th round. I'm gonna get a bed for her because I don't want her on the chair. Yep. Yeah, Sergio's right, bro. The Japanese got crazy heart. This dude's not going nowhere. In case somebody thinks he's going somewhere, Cruz is still gonna have to work for this thing. Oh shit. Yo, we are in the 4th round with 1:15 left, and Cruz is just landing 3 pieces by the repeat. Yo, he is selling off 3 pieces like they're on the shelf at Sam's. All right? like in bulk, bro. Oh, that right hand again. Jeez Louise, it won't miss. Oh, and Mashiro just took an edge on him. He cut the angle really, really quickly. He got in good position, but it wasn't good enough to land anything significant. But yeah, that was something that Cruz, I don't think, was, prepared for, but it don't matter. He still just landed at will. Beautiful left hand from Cruz. Ooh, Andy now showing some inside game, but Mashiro popped him with 3 right hand uppercuts in a row. Ooh. Yo, I don't know if this is going to sound weird, but yo, when Japanese people get hit with the jab, like, yo, you see it. If you're a judge, they just like pop back like a Pez dispenser, bro. Nah, you're tripping. Yo, Cruz is in cruise control. Now they got a shot of George Kambosos. Look at this. He is a plus 700 dog, while Richardson Hitchins is a minus 1,200. That's a bullshit number, bro. Being minus 1,200 in this fight for Hitchins, that's cold, bro. That's nasty work for Vegas. Like 1,200 Hitchins. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying he shouldn't be the favorite, and I'm not even saying he shouldn't be a wide favorite. But like, if I'm gonna put my guarantee on Hitchins, I gotta put up 1,200 to win $100. Nah, bro, that's fucked up. He should have came in like at 750, 850. That would have been fair. Maybe 900, but 1,200 is crazy, bro. You gotta either put a parlay on that, or you gotta take a round stoppage, bro. So many people are God damn, y'all. Why y'all always do this, bro? Every single time. Y'all are the ones that get me caught. Fuck bullshit. Now I forgot what I was gonna say. So they're checking out Mashiro. Doc just looked at his eye. He seems to be okay, ready to go. All good. All right. Cruz is still in full control. Ooh, big left hand. The right hand blinded Mashiro, and now another big left followed by the right. The jab is stiff. It is crisp. It is landing at will. And a big right hand, and now a big uppercut with that same right hand from Cruz. He is throwing right down the barrel, and he is getting through way too much of Mashiro's guard. Way too much. Oh my God. Mashiro, though, lined him up for a pretty good right hand, but and now it's over. It is over. Mashiro is getting popped so hard that he could not even open his eyes. Listen to what I'm about to say. The punishment from Andy Cruz was so relentless that at the very end, he could not open his eyes. Hey, chill with that, bro. Chill with that shit. Chill with that, bro. I got y'all. I got y'all. I got y'all. Oh, look. Here it comes. Oh, wait. Not yet. Here it comes, though. It coming. He look okay. He's following the light with his eyes. But yo, that was a whooping that didn't stop, bro. That was a whooping that did not stop. Here we go. Look at this. Oh, lined him up just right after right. Look at his eyes, bro. He can't even open them because he is just look at that. He couldn't see a single punch. Look at this. Not a single punch he could see coming from that barrage. Listen to me. I don't speak Japanese, but I'm pretty sure I just heard him tell the doctor, why did they let 3 of them in there? I'm pretty sure he thought at some point he was fighting 3 people because the barrage of punches coming from Andy Cruz was as accurate as it was relentless. Very impressive performance against a guy with a good heart, but let's be honest, he was a piñata. Yo, they hyping up that Dubois knockdown on Usyk. They hyping that. Well, that was a picture perfect win for Andy Cruz. 6 wins, 3 by knockout in his very early career. Massive jump ups, I think, are in store for this kid. I mean, by no means does winning this fight, even in that manner, show us anything more than what we already knew, right? We have to keep context. It was a great performance. All right, he's talking. Yeah, that was probably his best performance as a pro.
Decirle que esto es un paso más en mi carrera, un escalón más para lograr el principal objetivo que es el campeón mundial. Yes, so first I want to say thank you. I'm really grateful to all the people that turned up, those true fans that comes in, the ones that have followed me throughout my career. And this is just another step on my journey to achieve my objective, which is to become a world champion. Shiro was top 5 rated by the IBF, but he was something of an unknown coming into this fight. How long did it take you to figure him out? Sí, Machiro era como el top 5 del IBF, pero poca gente sabía mucho de él. ¿Cuánto tiempo tardaste en descifrarlo en el ring esta noche? Realmente no sabía mucho de él. En estas últimas semanas pude observar algunas de sus peleas. Un gran peleador, mi respeto para él. Hizo un gran trabajo sobre el ring, pero no sale a ser el mío y gracias a Dios salió la victoria. No, to be honest, I didn't know a great deal about him. Maybe just the last few weeks I've kind of been looking at a few bits and pieces taped, but I have to give him great respect. You know, he was a warrior in there, and I really thank you, but tonight was not mine. You landed some heavy right hands, especially in that 3rd round, knocking him down a couple of times. Were you surprised that he kept getting up and he kept coming? Obviamente conectaste con unos golpes muy fuertes en el tercer round. Me sorprendió que pudiera levantarse y seguir volviendo a la pelea. Sí, como ya dije, es un gran peleador, un peleador fuerte.
Hey, yo, what up? Great. My bad. I know who it was. Chill champ. Oh, my bad. Let me get that out the way.
You're now the number 1 contender with a title currently held by Raymond Moritaya. Do you think a title shot?
Oh, shout out to Raymond Moritaya, who they made full champ. Kid deserves it. He's worked really hard for his entire career. Happy for him, man. Happy for him.
Yeah, so at the end, I've always said I was born to these moments. You know, I always said, well, you know, I wanted to go into these fights, and I'm completely ready for this. Beginning está tirando Keyshawn, aprende de papá. Okay, Keyshawn, learn from your father.
Damn, he said, Keyshawn, learn from your father. Yo, Keyshawn has been taking L after L after L. Yo, he got that dig on. He got that digging on him. He got that digging on him, right? That's what he wanted. All right, I'll show y'all the full replays real quick. This was a very, very good performance. I think safe to say this was Andy Cruz's best performance. He put everything together, right? He put everything together. He was relentless with his punches, and yet he did not ever put himself in a position to falter. These are very accurate and aggressive punches. This kid stayed up. Make no mistake about it. There are plenty of dudes in the top 15 that would not have made it this far. If you are not going to give this kid credit for any of his offense, that's fine, but damn well give him credit for that chin, bro. He took serious damage, and the ref only really stopped it, in my opinion, because he could see that the beating was getting to the point where he couldn't even defend himself, and listen, for those of us who have trained or have sparred but suck at boxing, this guy right here, that feeling when you're in sparring and they are on you, and it doesn't even have to be their day. I'm gonna say it's their day to help my ego, but truthfully, I was terrible enough that they could have been at 50% their best and still probably whooped on me. But when you are getting those barrages, you don't even have to be tired, but your whole like adrenaline dump happens, and it feels like, this is gonna sound weird. Did you ever as a kid stick your head out of the window, like when y'all would be going like really fast, kind of like a dog? That sudden rush of air, and that over, like, that's kind of what it is. It's like you're drowning almost. It feels like this storm and you can't get out of it, and you don't want to tap out because you don't tap out in boxing, and you don't want to take a knee. I mean, that if you take a knee, it doesn't matter. You can take a knee, you're just stalling the beating even further. Either you get out willingly or you get put out. And yeah, bro, he definitely, Mashiro definitely withstood the storm. You could at least say that, and I think that's fair.
The Fight Night update presented by DraftKings. Sergio, we are back in Madison Square Garden with Richardson Hitchins defending his 140-pound title against George Kambosos. And the odds makers have once again made Kambosos a heavy underdog here at MSG. He upset the odds last time against Teofimo Lopez. What does he have to do to upset those odds again? He's going to have a similar magical night like he did against Teofimo here at MSG, but he's going to have to land early, not necessarily drop Hitchins, but get his respect, get him to start thinking twice about throwing that right hand. If Hitchins is just starts unleashing that straight right hand like he was doing against Liam Paul, it's going to be a bad night for this other Aussie as well. So I just think he needs to use angles.
Damn, I should have done a restart before I fucked up. Yo, I love Chat GPT. I love Grok. I love both of them so much. However, something happened today that has tripped my radar as it pertains to AI. Something happened today where I said, uh-oh, wait. This is getting too good too fast. This thing is getting, it has the ability to get to know you, or like the individual using it, in a scary way. Scary personal, right? So my cousin, or a cousin of mine, told me to basically feed it the strains that I like and the you know the aspects of strains that I appreciate the most. Yo, this thing gave me like the perfect combination of strains to the point that it was like scary how well it knew. And it's like, bro, all I did was like give it like a minute worth of conversation, maybe 2 minutes worth of conversation on me. And it's like, bro, we know what you want, big dog. We know what top packs you smoking on tonight.
If you're on the pitch and you get one of these, you're out of the game. No substitution. And like a red card, there's no substitution for betting with DraftKings. But unlike a red
Yo, so tell me what y'all would do, all right, while we're on the break. Something happened this weekend. So summer has started. The kids are out, right? We have a lot of kids that live in our area and they play outside a lot. Um Now that it is summer, it's no longer where they're hanging out and like parents are outside. They're just outside, right? Like running around crazy. I mean, I did the same thing when I was a kid, right? Getting into trouble. So we hear a bunch of loud noise. We're like, I don't know what those fucking kids are doing. And about an hour later, we go outside to walk the dogs, and there is charcoal everywhere, like everywhere. And these fucking idiot kids, right? Like 7 and 10, or maybe a little older than that. She's probably like 9. He's probably like 10 or 11. But anyway, just throwing it, right? And so we have a Ring camera. We look at the camera, and they spilt a thing, a barbecue pit, right? Picked it up, saw that there was charcoal in there, started grabbing it and just chunking it. So now it's everywhere. And one of the parents comes out. I was out there too at that time when the kids came through, and we were like, bro, y'all got to clean this shit now. So they did a shitty job of cleaning it. A storm comes that night. Okay. The next morning, my wife wakes up, and the adults and the kids that went out to clean it, right, their parents, basically swept it onto our side. So my wife at 8 in the morning wrote 2 letters to our neighbors, the boy and the girl's parents. Is a boy and then a girl, separate parents. And it was basically like, bro, get your kid or you to clean that shit in front of my door, or I'm going to do it myself and dump it right in front of your door. This is what she wrote to her. Then she messaged the complex, right? The people that think they're a fucking homeowners association. And they're like, oh, they didn't say nothing, but she texted them. They were like, yo, those badass kids from blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah through all this shit. I got them on camera. If their parents don't clean it by 12 o'clock, I'm going to fucking get it all and dump it on the doors. Yo, she texted that to the girl. I was like, oh shit. Bro, it didn't even take them an hour. And they were out there scrubbing, bro, scrubbing. But they didn't make the kids do shit, bro. And don't get me wrong, the kids are little, right? The kids are little. I get that. But I feel like if you were to just hit them, I'm not saying you should be hitting kids. That's not what I'm saying at all. But all I'm saying is like, one, ooh, I just lost it smack, right? So the little boy, he's the only one that they made do anything. This little girl, who is just a monster, honestly, didn't do shit. They didn't make her do nothing. And it was just a really fucked up situation. But Yeah, so now we've caught the eye of our neighbors. But I don't know. I mean, it's just like we see those kids out there all the time, and there's only a few parents that are out there. So let's say there's like 11 or 12 different kids, right? And there's in those 12 kids, there's like 5 different parents for them, right? Or like maybe like 8, because some of them are, you know, man and wife, right? And some of them are just single parents. They're the of all the kids, there's only like a third of the parents that are ever out there. And while they discipline their kids pretty well, they don't say nothing to the other kids. And see, that's what I'm saying. Like growing up, I got yelled at by different adults all the fucking time. An adult would just bitch us out for fucking around. There was one time we were throwing rocks at cars driving by. We were in a big old U-Haul truck, so they couldn't see us. And the car would come through and we'd just throw it and we would hide. Right. So you'd hear pow, 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 and fucking, I mean, we were just little hood kids, right? That's what we did. We got in trouble. My neighbor's brother, who I did not know at all, who lived in that neighborhood like 20 years before I was born, fucking bitched us out. I thought he was gonna hit us, bro. Like for real. I thought he was gonna like not take out a belt, like literally, like he was like, "What the fuck is y'all's problem? What do you think you're doing? These are hardworking people, and you're fucking up their car." Bro, never again. Never again did I do that. Never again did I fuck with nobody's property like that. Now somebody deserved it, you know what I'm saying? But it was like a situation where I learned. But I don't see nobody yelling at kids no more. Maybe their parents, yes, like away from everybody, but it's like a pride thing. Like parents don't want to yell at their kids because it's like, I'm admitting I'm a shitty dad right here in front of Walmart. But I don't see it that way. Like when I see a kid who's fucking around and that parent's like, yo, the less you have to tell your son or daughter before they're like 10, that's the I don't even know if it's respect. I won't even say it's respect, but it's just, at least it's good parenting out in the wild, right? Like nobody's saying everybody got to be a strict parent, but bro, I don't want to be fucking taking care of your badass little kids. Why? Why is that my problem? And that's because here's the thing too. Like I think what my wife was super mad at is, those kids come and they knock on our door all the time. They love our dogs and our cat, and we'll like give them like popsicles or like, if we have candy or whatever, my wife will always be giving them shit like that, fruit, whatever. And so it was like a situation where it was like, damn, y'all really fucked around right in front of our place, knowing, you know what I'm saying? Like we're cool. But they played my wife so wrong. She bitched them little kids out bad. And this is how fucked up the situation was the mom that was out there of one of the other girls who had nothing to do with the incident. And she's like the best, like sweetest little girl, right? Don't bother nobody. She told my wife, thank you. She was like, thank you. Thank you. Seriously. I've been wanting somebody to do that. And like, she wouldn't do it because it's her kids. She'll talk to her kids and it's like, they have to talk to theirs. But, me and my wife grew up from a different time. And so my wife just bitched them kids out. Like in a way that I know they don't get bitched out. Like that real, like, chancla off in the hand, biting the hand type shit. Like, oh, they're about to smack me. All right, fellas, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, get ready. The time is now. Ferocious George Kambosos. By the way, any of y'all caught what was going on with Verge and BoxRec over the weekend? Did y'all see that on X or on IG? Or apparently his fights got changed to no decisions, if I understand correctly. And stories were going around that he had failed a test. It was all, of course, a big misunderstanding. What's his name? Gray? Fuck, I forget his name. The BoxRec dude with the Wilder picture on his ex. He came out and cleared it all up. Said basically they were testing out the site and they did something to Verge's record and then they corrected it. I think it went like to 100 KOs, and then it went off to 100 KOs, and then he had like a 70% KO, and it just kept changing. So I don't know what happened. He didn't seem mad, but I'm sure that, see, that's the problem. BoxRec is not like this official system that anybody depends on in terms of like fighters' records, like a promotion or a commission. Like they don't go to BoxRec. Maybe like just to like double check their work or double check their stats or whatever. Fine. Journalists, fans, we all use it like crazy, right? Because it's highly accurate, gives you, you know, super quick updates. But you know, it's like to see something. I see things on there. I've seen things on there change a lot over the years. Like a win will be changed into a loss, or like somebody's record gets like wiped off of their draws, or like whatever, you know what I'm saying? And it used to be where people would just laugh, like take a picture, like, oh look, Erislandy Lara has never won a fight, and he was like 0-54 or something, you know, dumb. That was clearly a mistake. But today it's like, bro, if it's on BoxRec, that's God's word right there. Is how I feel like it's treated sometimes. You know, people got to remember BoxRec is, I mean, it's not Wikipedia, because the people that do the entries are much more legit. Not to say that Wikipedia doesn't have legit entries. It's just, you know. All right, here comes Richardson, Hitchins. Listen, guys, I expect this to be a real deal Holyfield type of fight. These guys were talking that crazy shit. I didn't like it. I'll be honest, I didn't like it. It got a lot of people interested in the fight, which I was happy for, but it went a little far. You know, Kambosos talking about he's got real shooters. Like, bro, what are y'all talking about? It should be a rule that boxers are not allowed to listen to hip hop until they have secured their first world title or something like that, because they end up taking the confidence from rappers onto themselves, and then they become Edgar Berlanga. And all I'm saying is that it's easy to talk that shit, right? You know what's going to be really, really hard for Kambosos to come in here and win. I'm not saying he can't. I think a lot of people had this way too far. My brother said this was like a 85-15. Bro, that's crazy. I think when you got a guy like Kambosos who's already played spoiler, and yeah, he hasn't looked great in a while, and you know, there are a lot of people that use words like one hit wonder and things like that to describe him, but at the end of the day, he knows how to play the upset. You know, he knows the how to upset that apple cart, you know what I'm saying? And so you got to at least give him that. Hitchins is mostly untested. He's mostly untested. And what the fuck is going on? I don't think Doomy's gonna make it in time for the opening bell, champ. Oh, he texted me he in like crazy traffic. All right, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right. Sorry, mama. Down with it. Everybody in the bitch down with it. Ain't nobody in the bitch down with it. I be on the whip trying to down with it. This right here, it's you put it on your laptop, right? Like it hangs, and then you put your phone, like if your phone has a pop socket, right? It slides in, and that way you could have it on your computer, like hanging. No, I put the stickers on. These are just stickers. They didn't sell it like this. That would be dope if they did though. Nah, I put the stickers on. Oh man, I gotta tell y'all about that too, bro. I'll tell you in a little bit though. All right, we got. Yeah, we trust the computer. Oh my god. chill with this. All right, bros. Here we go. Here we go. My man Hitchins looks warmed. Kambosos looks loose. At least walking around not doing much yet. And if you're just joining us, we are watching live from Madison Square Garden Theater in New York, New York, an Eddie Hearn Matchroom promotion featuring the main event that is starting right now. Both competitors in the ring as the ring announcer makes his final announcements. 19-0 Richardson Hitchins will defend his IBF junior welterweight title against George Kambosos Jr., 22-3. And one thing that must be said is this man is traveling again. The last time he was in America fighting, George Kambosos defeated Maxie Hughes by majority decision. After that fight, he'd go on to lose to Vasyl Lomachenko in what would now be known as Lomachenko's retirement fight. And in his last effort, Kambosos beat Jake Wiley, 16-1 at the time, in a unanimous decision. And that was at the Sydney Olympic Park. So yeah, we are ready to go. Oh, look, Kambosos is looking all sorts of ready, bros. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, he just did the Ruken. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Bro is ready to go. All right, guys. Last bets to get in right now. I didn't put nothing down because there wasn't enough for me to want to parlay, but I picked Hitchins. That's my official pick. But man, I'm telling y'all guys, if this ain't 75-25, then it's closer. That's all I'm saying. I think this is Hitchins' fight to lose. I'll put it that way. Let's let it ride like that. Oh, the MMA, right? Usman, right? Yeah, let me pull that up. Oh no, no. All right, guys, we are off. The bell is rung. They are in the center of the ring. Hitchins with a nice little snapping jab that gets through as the first punch of the evening. Kambosos is slowly pushing forward. Hitchins back to the rope, but Hitchins is throwing that jab out there, making sure he's got enough room to slide out. And Kambosos isn't really pressing much, lets him out. Hitchins circling off the jab. It's going to be a tight rope to watch. To walk. Kambosos comes over the top with a vicious left hand. Missed pretty wide, but it looked sharp. He threw it with bad intentions. And now Hitchins, utilizing the reach, is able to land that right hand from a pretty far mid range. Kambosos moving his head, trying to work in. Hitchins looks comfortable. He looks so calm. He do not look worried. He does not look pressed. Kambosos is a little bit jittery. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but he just stumbled into a left hand right there, and that's kind of the Pacquiao was always a little jittery, but he was all like you never knew when he was gonna get you, so that was like you couldn't fuck around with Pacquiao like that. Kambosos doesn't have the speed, doesn't have the sharp punching power and accuracy, so Hitchins will probably even try to roll that at times, I think. Oof, both of them slip each other's jab. Hitchins over the top of the right hand, barely connects. Kambosos tries to throw that over the top right, lands on the shoulder of Hitchins. Kambosos is throwing. It doesn't feel like he's like pressing the action, but it does feel like he's, implementing his strategy, implementing his game plan. He's just cannot be there to be hit like he just was with the jab, like he just was with the right hand. And that's the problem that Kambosos is going to face all throughout this fight. You got to be moving. You got to keep your head moving. You got to be, circling. You got to be ready to crash in. You got to be ready to crash out. But at the end of the day, Hitchins can catch you at any moment coming in like that. Now Kambosos is trying to stand his ground. As you can see, he's wearing the marks of sharp precision punching already on his face. Now Kambosos lands a nice right hand to the body, follows up with a wide left that Hitchins ducks underneath. Was never even close to any trouble. Guys, I want to ask y'all to please, look, you'll see it right here. He's going to land the body shot right there and then ducks under that left. What's going on, my man?
Mic check 1 2 1 2.
Oh, coming in
Mic
hot
check
as a
1 2 1
mother.
2. Hold up, champ. Got to
You
make
all
sure I'm
good.
official. You
Yo,
feel me?
You didn't link your
Am I
channel?
official? Yeah. Why can't I hear myself? It's because my headset is off.
I don't think he can hear me. I'm gonna mute him up until he good to go. But yeah, they are in the middle of this round now. Let me see. I'll show you that replay. Wow. The Doomatron gets rocking. Oh yeah, Kambosos is definitely feeling the pressure of a lost round there. Doomy, you're on mute, just so you know. I don't know if you can hear me or not. Yo, and now Hitchins keeping his range. Very, very smart.
Cheers.
And now Hitchins, can you hear me?
I can hear you, my brother. I just got home from the taco festival.
Yo, your EQs is popping, champ.
Come on, I'm EQing right now, champy.
You queuing. Did you get to see any of this fight yet?
Nah, man. I was driving home, seeing the Andy Cruz Mishudo fight.
Oh
and,
man, Andy Cruz looked great, bro. Yeah, you haven't missed much. Hitchins looks good. He definitely won the first round. Kambosos is
how my man Kambosos doing? It's like, nah.
That's hilarious. He's walking the tight line. He's walking the tightrope between having to move his head to get out of way of very sharp punches and standing his ground long enough to get some offense out. So it's just Hitchins is picking his shots very well, I think is the best way to put it.
Well, we all knew what Hitchins had to do. Keep that man behind the jab. Well, that's what Richard Hitchins has got to do. Even though it's a little difficult, right? Because remember, there's been a lot of shit talking leading up to this fight, and nobody wants
yeah.
a Tom and Jerry boring ass fight. So a lot of these fighters now, bro, got pressure to put on a show, man. So Richard Hitchins, even though he got to keep Kambosos behind that jab, he's got to definitely show us a little bit more. You know,
Yeah,
he's got to be able to stand some ground.
That's a good point you brought up and a good topic to talk about after the fight. Ryan Garcia, a few other people have come out and criticized Turkey for his comments about Tom and Jerry fights and trying to influence the game of boxing. You know, the commissioner, basically like the commissioner of the NFL doesn't come out and say, hey guys, y'all aren't throwing enough Hail Mary passes to the end zone. We need more Hail Mary passes to the end zone. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Hell yeah.
But we could talk about that after the fight, certainly.
Bro, I didn't even stream this to your audience. You know I'm streaming it. Call me Stream Face.
Did you tap in? You can still do it. Just go to the destination, go to your destinations and put and then just click on your thing to go.
Yeah.
I turned on my the thing to let you just hijack the whole stream.
Yeah,
so
yeah. Nah,
you can put the show, it'll put the title up for you, everything.
I could only stream though to 2.
What, for real?
Yeah, that's what the limit. I don't know if it's my package or what it is, but let's see.
That's weird.
Let's see if it does the damn thing. It says stream this to your audience. I said yeah.
Well, as long as you get the YouTube going, right?
Yeah. Let me see. Save changes.
I mean, it sucks, but
description required in the field. Championship fights. That's what I'm gonna describe. I didn't have time to set up, man. I just got back. I had some banging ass tacos, bro. Look at Kambosos already got a little slight cut under the right eye. Is that the jab doing that?
Yeah, bro.
Wow.
He got hit with some 2 pieces that were very, very sharp. One of them was a cross right that landed. So that, for viewers that are casuals, that is a punch that is thrown with the right hand that will land on the left side of the opponent's face or eye. But those cross punches will cause cuts more frequently than, you know.
Well, we got the 3rd round in action, 2 minutes, 42 seconds. You got my man, Richard Hitchins.
He hit.
You know what I'm saying? He's flicking the jab.
Yo, I think he's hitting Kambosos' chins tonight.
Yeah, he better tap him up, man, because he's representing Brooklyn. He's on the east side, hometown.
Oh, yeah.
You got to do the damn thing. And honestly, bro, I already knew Richard was going to be able to dominate this fight if he had that jackhammer jab. It's because it's simple mathematics, man. You know, my man Kambosos has more, you know, he has more success when he's
big right.
When he's throwing those circular punches. What round count are you in, man? What's the time?
I'm at 207. I'm about 8 seconds behind you.
Okay, I'm at 158.
204, 203. Yeah, it's not much.
All right. It's not too bad.
Hitchins lands 26 jabs to Kambosos' 9, thrown 66 to Kambosos' 58. So they're throwing jabs, both of them, but only one of them is landing with serious accuracy. Jabs to the body was also a big discrepancy.
Hitchins is looking big, bro. He's looking bigger than Kambosos, bro.
Listen to me. I swear to God, Doomy, when you were talking, I was gonna tell you that because you said something, and then I'm so high I forgot. But that's what I was gonna say. I was gonna tell you, dude, look at his back. He looks so fucking wide compared to Kambosos. I mean, Kambosos looks like a lightweight that moved up. This dude looks like he's growing into a full-fledged welterweight, bro. Look at him, bro. He looked significantly bigger.
He's definitely got the frame, bro, to move up in these weight classes, bro.
And when you have that, you can utilize your jab in this kind of way that stops him, right?
Terrence Crawford sort of build, bro.
Terrence Crawford, good
comparison.
I was gonna say metaphor. Comparison, thank you.
Terrence Crawford-esque type of body. And you know, when you got the advantage like these guys do, Hitchins, Crawford, a couple of other guys that we can talk about that have that reach and that lanky type of body, but you know, still able to, like, when they rehydrate, they just look so much bigger, man.
Get big, bro. They get so big. Yo, look at Cam's eyes, bro.
Kambosos, man, he's Again, he's had a lot of trouble with fighters like this, right? We saw what happened to him with Devin Haney, right? Devin's got an awesome jab, and he's able to keep Kambosos at the end of those punches, no matter how much Kambosos try to rally. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Who's your boy, champ?
He's sitting in the front row. He's a promoter for a heavyweight. I forget the heavyweigh's name, but he owns Arena Football League.
I thought somebody ran up in your crib and shit.
In Boston.
Like, yo, my boy, what you doing here?
Hey, my boy, that's my PlayStation. Where you going?
Oh shit!
Yo,
unexpected visitors.
How is it in that arena, champ?
Oh, bro, I've been to Madison Square Garden a few times, man.
Right?
I've been there for big fights. It's a very I don't think nostalgic is the right word, but it's for us to live here on the east side.
For sure,
it can be, but
because I mean I've seen so many fights with those lights in the background.
My goodness.
It's like, you know what I'm saying?
Damn, you saw that 1-2 he just got hit with. Kambosos
about to show the crowd.
Yay!
Look at this 1-2 that he hits him with. This is oh, never mind. This is way behind.
He hit him with the 1-2 right now, and it seems as though that combination can work all night for him. But magical Madison Square Garden, yeah, definitely magical, my brother. You know, it's just something about Madison Square Garden that gets you.
Kambosos replay. Yeah, that gets you in the mood for boxing, right?
Yeah, it just gets you excited. It's sort of like I could imagine those times, you know, when you were going to the Coliseum, you hear the crowd roar, you're walking through those doors. Like, it's just an iconic.
You're right. Yo, is that Birdman in the fucking White Sox hat? That looked like 70-year-old Birdman.
Come on, man. I'm not playing with you no more.
Put some respect on my name.
Put respect on my name.
I'll kiss any rapper in the lips I want.
Come on, man. Yeah, that's some weird shit, man. Man, some of these rappers, bro, you end up finding so much weird shit out 10 years down the line when they ain't popping no more.
Oh, bro, we got to talk about that too.
Like, gosh.
The rapper that everybody's talking about in the Diddy trial that's gone unnamed so
far. Good right hand and a jab retaliation by Kambosos.
Beautiful cross, beautiful jab by retaliation with the body shot. I see. I'm just like a second behind you, so it's like you get to narrate it for me. I love it.
It's all good, champion. I'll leave some for you to narrate.
That right hand from Hitchins looked like it landed a little bit in the back of the head, not on purpose, but.
Bro, what is it? What's the fourth round? Man, this is gonna be a complete ass whooping all the way to the 12th, bro.
Yeah, bro. Kambosos wants to do anything, he has to crash and crash.
He can't do nothing
with elbows. Oh, that was a nice little body shot he wanted up for, but nothing on Hitchins, bro.
Hitchins is jabbing the shit out of him, and I see Hitchins right now so comfortable in the range and distance,
bro.
In the distance they're fighting.
Early. He looks so comfortable and so in his element. He doesn't look like he's seen anything that has, it's too much for him to handle.
No, he's relaxed. Super relaxed. Again, remember, we all knew what was going to happen, right? We all knew the Kambosos was going to be the one.
I thought it was going to be a little closer than what it's been so far. I mean, Cam's a dog. At the end of the day, I thought he'd at least start coming in, hitting elbows, hitting arms, throwing elbows, throwing fucking shoulders, button on the way in, like roughing him up a little bit to get his.
But bro, don't you see what happens to Kambosos when he fights these type of fights?
Yeah.
I'll refer you back to Devin. He gets mesmerized by the boxing ability that he tries to fall into the same style. He's not gonna win with the same style.
Man, fucking well said, bro. There are guys like Tio who fight to their opponents, right? Mm-hmm. And then there are guys like Cam who try to get back isn't enough. They got to get the get back that you got, right? They got to look as slick as you did when you got yours. Remember when he fought Selby? He was doing a lot of that shit, bro. A lot of that, weirdo stuff that really doesn't help him at all.
It's not his fight. It's not his fight.
That's the way to put it. It's not his fight.
And that's the thing, right? When you're in there with a boxer puncher, or let's just say just a purist, right? A pure boxer, you have to always maintain the discipline to be able to implement your own style and your own game plan because what ended up happening with guys like, let's say, Floyd Mayweather, these guys fight Floyd and they're getting outboxed so fucking bad that they end up trying to box. Like, they're going to beat the boxer, you know, like, and this is what happens when you start to listen to the crowd. This is when you start to get the ego involved. Ain't no egos in fighting, only winning. I do whatever it takes to win. That's whatever you need to do to win, that's what you need to do. You don't need to do anything that's going to go outside of that just to appease the boxing pundits, right, or the public.
Yeah. But see, I think it's a lot of times also the fighter's pride, right? Because it's like
Ego,
you've been
bro.
around boxing so long, you know what it looks like when somebody hits you with something to the crowd. Like, oh, he landed that left. I know what it looked like to the dude behind me or to the dude to the right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so it's like, well, now I got to get back in that same kind of way. You know, I've only had 2 fights in my life, but I felt both of those things when I got hit. Yo,
did I
shot from Hitchins?
Did I corner one of those fights?
You sure did. Yes, sir. You did, champ.
Man,
My win.
I feel good about that, bro, because that night, man, I swear to gosh, bro, like I seen something extra come out of you, bro.
Bro, I dug deep in that one.
I seen something extra come out of you that day, my brother. I was souped up for you. I was like, damn. I said, don't stop. Keep going. I see Mario like, fuck that shit. Rah!
Yo.
He just kept throwing them bombs, yo.
Hell yeah.
All right, so we got 1 minute, 53 seconds left of the 5th round. It's been a steady pace. It looks like Hitchins is actually controlling most of this pace since we believe that Kambosos is really ferocious and it's supposed to be really bringing the fight and making Hitchins more uncomfortable.
He's turning up a little bit more, I would say. I mean, not enough to be winning the fight or taking the momentum back, but he's definitely disrupting Hitchins' rhythm more now than he has been earlier. Like, here's the thing. If you're not going to win this fight, at least don't allow Hitchins to just piece off on you.
It's the fight, bro. You know, the way this fight is turning out, I'm seeing Hitchins so comfortable with the power that Kambosos is bringing. Like, he has no worries.
Yeah. Oh, you're absolutely right. Hey, at the end of this round, I'm gonna go speed roll. Hey, they call me Snoop with this. I'll be back before the
bro said that he be speed rolling. Good 1-2 uppercut.
From Kambosos. Oh, George is hurt.
Yeah,
Kambosos out of it, but he's hurt.
Kambosos felt a few of those hooks on the inside.
Yo, Cam landed a nice little left hand. I mean, I don't think it really hurt Hitchins bad, but
no, man, 40 seconds left, bro. Listen, take advantage of this fucking round right now, Hitchins, because you could make Kambosos go back to the stool and waste that 1 minute and trying to recoup.
And at the same time, this is also Cam's maybe only opportunity where Hitchins is now opening up a little bit more and willing to exchange. You know, this is the moment where Cam has. These are the only moments in the fight where Cam has a fighting chance.
Oh, shout out to my taco buddies tonight.
All right, we on speed roll time right now.
Don't go downstairs. Take the elevator. Babe, what are you doing? That's what I said. Be careful going down the stairs, please. Be very careful. Bye-bye. Listen, I can't tell what to do. Gotta be with it. Damn, my bro Mungia left me to the fucking stars. Love King in the building. Hitchins is tough. You're daggone right. It's going down right now, champ. Damn, I wish I could post my bros. Missy. Damn, Love King. I can't even put you. Listen, I'm streaming with the bro Mario Mungia infighting, and I wish I could showcase your comment, but I gotta wait for Mario to come back. We're in the 2 minute 30 second of the 6th round, and Yeah, man. Hitchins is real tough. He's not allowing Kambosos to hurt him with any of that bullshit. And I think as the rounds pile on, you're gonna start to see Hitchinson's confidence grow. He caught a little left hook right now, and he ate it, man. Oh, Kambosos falls. Kambosos threw everything.
Oh, he threw everything in that right
and missed like a motherfucker.
Yo, shout out to Love King. Hitchins is tough 100, champ. You certainly right.
Yeah,
very tough,
I'm trying to put Love King's comment up on the live.
Or no?
Nah, I think you have to do it, bro, since I'm jumping on with you. Yeah, Love King be tapping in, man. Hitchins is tough. 100. Damn. Yeah, he a tough mofo, bro. So going back right now to what I was saying before, man, we all knew how this fight was supposed to play out. Hitchins keeping Kambosos at the end of those jabs, taking his time to breaking them down. Eventually, what happens with a forward pressure fighter, if he can't get to you, man, he starts to get frustrated and he starts to make mistakes. No major mistakes being made by Kambosos right now, but Richard Hitchins is showing extreme amount of patience in the way he's inching forward every time and just trying to touch, right? Touch. Kambosos is not doing too much of a bad job either, bro. He's boxing.
Touch this.
Yeah. Touch. I was about to say touch these.
Damn.
Touch these.
Oh, nice little uppercut. I mean, he didn't land it, but, he flipped it on. I mean, he flipped it out there, bro. See, and when you can mix up punches like that, that's what will work, bro. Because when you're getting in deep and you got your head in his shoulders and you're throwing them uppercuts, but when you're mid-range and you slide in and throw that long range, yo, you will show him a different look. It's a fastball to a changeup.
So, I mean, do we get any more ferocity out of Kambosos, or this is just going to be a technical match, man? It's real technical right now.
Listen, it is, but this is what's going to happen. If he can take him into deeper waters, the question is going to be, can Kambosos keep enough of his energy to press in the way that he can? It's not about what he can dig deep and do. It's about what he can dig deep and continue to do. But Hitchins is on a different level right now at this game, in this fight. I just don't see anything Kambosos can do from a technical standpoint, from a pressure standpoint, to change the momentum and rhythm of this fight.
Yo, that jab is battering Kambosos up, bro.
Battering, bro.
That jab is battering him up. He got to get that back for Coach Lenny. How you going to let Jim Kambosos hit Lenny with the mic check? Fuck is going on here?
Disrespectful, bro.
Bro, he hit him with the Nas. All I get is what?
ESPN.
Ooh, my goodness. Yo, Richard was tagging him up.
I got you on the replay, fellas.
Wow. Richard was really tagging Kambosos up right now, bro. Nah. Richard Hitchins is trying to go for the finish. Absolutely.
Look at that. Beautiful shot right there.
Round 7. 2 minutes, 50 seconds.
Shots. All those landed, champs. All those landed.
Yo, the bro's really trying to show everybody. Gee. Hitchins.
Yeah, I can't do it the way I used to do it.
Nah, you can't do that, champ. You about to get flexed out. What's wrong with you? Gee. Yeah. Fuck all that, dog. We got this, man. We don't got flex like that, champy. We don't got to flex like that.
Yo, that looks like Birdman. I'm sorry, bro. That looks like 80-year-old Birdman. Just smiling.
Damn, I missed it again. I saw somebody with a chain. Was it that?
Yeah, he got a chain, but he got the White Sox hat on. The old school Dr. Dre White Sox hat.
Richard Hitchins looking like he's a whole weight class above Kambosos. Kambosos has got to do a better job.
He said he looks like he's a whole weight class above him.
Bro, look at him.
No, bro, he look huge.
He looks fucking huge. When I look at the guys, I look at the back and the shoulders, and it's like, damn.
The wingspan is what they call it.
Yeah.
Right? When your lats look like you could fucking fly like a fucking dragon, bro. That's crazy. Bro.
Hey, yo, Kambosos was talking mad shit when he was pointing at a skeleton in camp, talking about that was Richard.
Oh, yeah.
Talking mad shit, bro. But guess what? That Flacco kicking your ass right now.
Hell yeah, bro. Hey, and that was the other thing too is he started talking that weirdo shit. Like I got shooters, I got real. Like I was like, bro, chill with that.
Now hold on. Here it goes. Here it goes. What? You're gonna get your boys? Get them. We got boys too.
That's good. That's good, bro. That's good. I like it a lot.
We got boys too.
We got to do a segment where I fight with Kambosos the whole time and I just troll him and then you.
Bro, we got to bring these boxing bars back. What you talking about?
Now that's an idea.
We got to bring these boxing bars back, bro. Boxing bars.
I wish we lived in the same city, bro. Because
listen. We jumping back on the boxing bars. I hit the gym, record straight off the car. You know what I'm saying? I'm watching the main car. No co-main event, just the main card. Ooh, Andy Ruiz. Hit him with the chin check. He been spent. Mishido, he got dent. He got the stop. He got the dent. Mishido, man. He got fucked up, man.
He got fucked up bad.
He got fucked up, bro.
He took a lot of spam shots to the dome, bro.
To the dome piece, bro. Shout out to Japan though. Japanese
they got
boxing.
A lot of tough motherfuckers out there, bro. I was saying, say what you want about his offensive performance. It wasn't much, but he took some shots that I don't think a lot of these dudes in the top 15 would have taken. Not concession, not like he did shit. And he didn't even really fall. Like the refs stopped the fight because it was like, oh, it's clear he's outmatched, and now it's to a point where he can't even defend himself. I'm gonna stop it.
Yeah,
but Bo wasn't even going down. Like he would have just kept taking that beating.
Bro,
I'm telling you. Yo, you got time to kick it after the fight? Do some topics?
Yeah. I got a little bit of time.
Okay. Hey, shout out to Jerome Wolf in the building. Bow, bow, bow. He said, "What's up, Doomy and Mario? Yo, what's up to you, champ? What's up to you? All right, because you're my inspiration, big dog. All right, going out there doing your thing. You're the champ, big dog. You're the champ. I still want you to come on and talk to us about the whole experience and everything. Jerome Wolf, balls of steel. Shout out to him, champ.
Bro, hit him with that. Bam, 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 bam. Yo, let me know if you hear this because
go ahead.
I just want to make sure that at least I got something going over here.
Go ahead.
You heard that or nah?
No.
Damn, that's on the other StreamYard. So when I link up with you on the Streamy, they don't let me get my soundboard out.
But are you signed into the right StreamYard? Because sometimes when I click a link and try to do it, it'll try to give me to like the old email that I signed up with.
Nah, I'm on the right one. It's the right one.
Cool.
But shout out to Jerron Wolf, bro. Jerron Wolf had a battle with Super Max, no?
That's right, bro. That's right.
Yeah, he had the battle with Super Max.
You know what I'm saying? He dedicated that to some lost loved ones. You know what I'm saying? And he did his thing, bro. He did his thing. Shout out to him. Not a lot of people will go out there and do that, bro. So there's like a lot of people that talk shit about you or say shit on the show, right?
Yeah,
but they're all bitches, bro. And I'll be honest, it's because there's a platform that is given to dudes that don't fight but just talk shit. So then you build a culture where just talking shit puts you on the same level as a Jerron Wolf. No, I'm sorry. Mr. Wolf is a level, if not 5 above y'all fuckers. Because y'all can talk that shit, but can you walk into that gym every day or every other day or 3 days a week to get ready for that fight? To get on that plane, to show up, to know that you're going to be streamed in front of hundreds of people. You got them balls? Nah, bro, you ain't got them balls. I know you don't.
A lot of talkers out there, bro. A lot of talkers.
Oh, yeah.
You show up, you get in the ring and swing. Different level of respect, champ. Win or lose. Oh, shit. Richard Hitchins is talking mad shit to Kambosos right now.
Oh, yo, he dug deep into that one. Yo, now he's letting that shit talking fly, bro. And Kambosos couldn't land a single thing right there. Oh, a big right hand caught him off. I think it knocked his equilibrium just a little bit.
Yo, he's just jabbing the shit out of him, man.
Yeah, catching him with them counters too off of the side. Those are like weird punches because they're not like really jabs.
Oh, he knocked him down.
Let me see.
Body punch. Right oh my God.
Yo, the right hand took everything up, and then he.
Bro. He finished him. Bro, I was not counting on the finish, bro. Richard
Wow.
Hitchison finishes him with a body shot.
Yo.
Oh.
My man on X. I'm not gonna say his name because I don't know if he wants me to say it.
Bro, your boy
my
said
man on X put fucking like I think it was 150 on an 8th round stoppage.
no, he didn't.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
Shout out to the homie who did it then.
He sent it to the whole chat. He did it, bro. That's
Wow.
crazy. I told him he was a fool. I said, you're a fool. I said, why would you do that? At least parlay it if you're going to do it and put up less bread. Why would you put one?
Yo, look at Coach Lenny. Yo, Mario, look at Coach Lenny, bro. Coach Lenny, Coach Lenny happy as fuck. I read lips and shit. He was like, beautiful.
Crazy.
Look at Jim. Go mic check somebody else, Jim. Go mic check somebody else. Look at David Honick. Shout out to Scooter.
Hey, what's his name? Kambosos' cut man.
Russ Abner.
Russ Abner. Thank you. Yes.
Yeah.
Legend right there, bro. Taught me how to fight.
Yeah, Russ is a legit dude, man. Cool ass dude. Could play pool like a motherfucker too.
Oh, I heard. You told me that.
He's super good.
Told me that,
look at this shot, bro. Man. Bro, did you see Kambosos' face when that shot landed, bro?
Off too.
Look. Damn, he hit him with the Ryan Garcia left hook to the body like he hit Campbell. It was just like, boop.
For some reason, Jumi, I don't know why, but for some reason, that body shot right there is so much worse when you
whip
not
it.
Raise it, but yes, when you whip it across and
he whipped it,
but you don't punch through it like you do like a regular inside body shot.
It's leverage.
And you can whip. Yes, I think you're absolutely right. And there's some button right there. When you whip it across, bro, that's it. The fight's over. You know what I'm saying? You could hit somebody to the body. They could go down and really be in pain and still get up. And if they got balls and they got enough, fortitude, they could make it to the round, right? They could do that. But there are those punches right there. You're not making it to the round.
Bro,
if you get up, you are only getting up
bro.
For that moment in Mortal Kombat. You know what I'm saying? When they already won and they do the ultimate finisher.
Yo, hold up. It's my man Chris Yeti in the building. Shout out to Christopher Jermaine said, do me, I told you. Dude will be pissing blood for days. Yo, I was talking to Chris today about this, bro. And I'm like, yo, listen, I know it could be a possibility, but I don't see it happening that way. You know what I mean? I really felt like, it was going to go to 12 rounds.
I told my brother, don't bet on the stoppage. Now, I never told him I didn't think Hitchins would stop him.
I just didn't feel like it was going to happen that way.
I didn't think it would happen.
I'm on the same boat, man. I'm on the same boat.
I did not see Hitchins taking full control and full momentum out the gate. I thought it would at least take him 3 rounds. I'm not saying he was going to be losing rounds or nothing like that, but I thought we would see at least 3 rounds of him sort of feeling the process out, utilizing the jab, getting it started, seeing what he does off of it, things like that. No, he went straight into his game plan. He was precise, and he was never impatient, never had any sort of anxiety about putting the pressure on or getting to this moment. All right, they're talking. My bad.
Can you hear that?
No, I can't hear yours. Can you hear mine?
Nah, but let me see. Hold on. Can you hear now?
I don't hear nothing. If you're playing, are you trying to play something?
Yeah, I was trying to play
I can't hear nothing.
Let me see.
Yo, he told Kambosos Harlem Hospital giving beds out.
What? You hear it or no?
Nah, but you on this one too now.
We knew the jab has been a part of your arsenal all throughout your career, but it was the body work tonight that really seemed to get the job done. How much was that a part of the game plan coming in?
I watched it, George. I seen.
Was that what you were talking about?
Yeah, but can you still hear it?
Yeah, I heard it perfectly.
You can still hear it now or no?
No, now I can't.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Did
All
you
right.
want to meet? You were trying to show something or what?
No, well, yeah, I was just trying to allow the people to hear what was going on.
Oh, got you. Well, see, the only thing is that, man, when I did that last time for Matchroom, they
Yeah,
strike me off of YouTube. I didn't get a copy strike, but they just
yeah.
strike me off of YouTube.
It's
So,
all good. You know what we could do though,
I
right?
didn't
Go
know.
ahead, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead. Put it on. Oh shit!
You know, I have to go to some.
You mirrored it or what?
Some
I
unsafe
put something in front of it. It's not showing.
Yeah,
Oh shit! It's
you know,
showing everything still.
good
Forget
shots
it.
off, so I put myself.
Yeah. He said he knew he could take a punch. He said it didn't really hurt him. So that's what I was saying though, Mario. You know, when you saw Hitchins marching forward, I saw him way too comfortable. He didn't respect nothing. He didn't respect nothing.
Nada que nada. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, that's kind of it feels like it's cap when fighters say they got to the point in the fight where they were so comfortable they decided to start testing out their defense. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like the whole triple G shit they used to say, you know what I mean? Where they were like,
Yeah,
oh yeah,
yeah. Nah, I don't think it was like that. I think that for sure. Oh, Tio's jumping in the ring.
Uh-oh.
I told everybody, man. Tio don't gotta fight Haney, bro.
Uh-oh. He do? Oh my god.
Yo, he just went ham on Haney.
Bro.
He just went hamski, dude. Wow, bro. This is what Richard needed, bro.
Hey,
Look, the bros.
Yeah, the bros chilling. Hey, what's his name? Fuck, my bad. Damn it. Nick, right? Nick the cameraman. Is that it? I forgot. Man, my bad. But big shout out to the homie, bro. He's
Look at Kambosos. Look at Kambosos. Kambosos like, I done fought all of these talents. Wow. Shout out to my man E-Dub, a.k.a. Eric Cruz, a.k.a. I'm 40 plus, still kicking ass. He says, oh, okay, the main man in the building, Doomy the Destroyer. Get out of here. Hitting y'all with this Richard Hitchins jab.
Hey yo, but Dio said Tio wants the weakest champ. Be real champ.
See, man, Dio, man. I can't win with y'all.
Yo, Dio got a point though.
Now Tio wants the weakest champ. How you gonna say Richard Hitchins is the weakest champ?
I don't know. After this performance, we got to reassess shit.
The fuck out of here,
because I don't know. Hitchins
bro.
might not be the.
Y'all gotta hit the boxing.
Hey,
The,
Hitchins might not be the softest, bag in the gym. You know what I'm saying?
man, look at George though. He's done a lot, bro.
Hey, he's a legend, bro. Well, maybe not like a Hall of Famer legend, but he a legend. To the hardcores. He's like a Provatnikov type legend, right? Like a dude that's never gonna be in the Hall.
Nah, you can't sleep on him. You can't fall asleep with Kambosos in a fight. You can't.
Yo, is anybody else having trouble streaming the UFC?
Damn, you got the UFC going on too, bro.
I forgot
Shit.
this whole time until.
Look at my man Love King said Devin don't want to see Hitchins. He don't want to see him. You know why he don't want to see him? Because when he goes to see Richard Hitchison, Devin Haney don't got no real crazy advantages. He don't got the size advantage with Richard Hitchison. He don't got the length advantage on the arms. So what advantage he got? What advantage he got?
Here's the thing, though, right? Devin
You feel me?
Has experience at the highest level that Hitchins doesn't have yet. Right, this was a big performance on a big stage, right?
Yeah,
but Evan is a guy who has that X factor that's very hard to get in this.
Hold on. They're interviewing Tio.
Oh shit, Tio coming up.
Look at that. Eighth round. Unification. Here we go.
Dennis, Devin Haney.
Look at New York. New York's like, yeah, we want to hear that.
Let me hear New York.
Chill. Yeah, I want to see that fight. Let's make it a home. Let's make it a family affair. New York City.
Randy, last word to you.
Fuck going all the way to Riyadh. We stay right here in Brooklyn. We going to the Barclay. Fuck it.
He's there. Richardson Hitchins.
We going to the Barclay with this one.
Hey, bro. All I know is when T.O. fucked this man. Hey,
Pause.
Hey,
Pause.
Hey,
When Tio fucks this man. Pause.
hey, all I'm saying, bro.
Yo, Huntlar. Shout out to Huntlar. Just stopped by. Hitchins won, bro. Hitchins is the triumphant one tonight. Body shot stoppage. Let's go.
Cruz said Kambosos is more of a Gabe Rosado. Damn, champ. That's fucked
Damn.
Hey,
That's it.
What about though? Is that fucked up for Gabe or is it fucked up for Kambosos?
I don't know. I like Gabe, but we know what you're talking about, Eric. E, we know exactly what you're saying, champ. My man Kambosos is a new Gabe Rosado. It's over. It's over. 205 landed from Hitchins. 57 landed from fucking Kambosos. And they almost threw the same amount of punches, bro. That's crazy. Love King says the jab is too much for him. It was way too much for him. Give me 2 seconds, my brother. I'm going to step away for 2 seconds, all right?
Oh, yeah, champ. Oh, you could have just muted yourself. It's all good. But, yeah, yo, big win. I like the Tio fight. I do. I don't like a Devin fight. I don't. I feel like it's one of those situations where styles make fights, and I don't think they produce an exciting fight together. But Tio pushing that action, bro, stop it. Oh man, Richardson Hitchins wins by 8th round stoppage. Landed 118 punches to Kambosos' 34. Oh, those were jabs. My bad. Still, he out-jabbed him. The power punches landed 87 for Hitchins, 23 Kambosos. Thrown 165 to Kambosos' 117. That was a difference of 53% to 20%. When you are landing 53% of your punches, you are having a huge night, okay? A 53% punch, power punches landed. I mean, dude, come on. Y'all see it right here, just like, oh, I thought they were going to do the thing. Yo, once again, incredible performance for Hitchins, and Tio comes in the ring. He's not really he's not really like committed or willing to even commit to say anything specific about a fight. I mean, he said we could do it. He did say that. He said we could do it, and I like that fight. Like I said, I like that fight. I think the Tio that pushes Hitchins makes it the kind of fight it is. I think they both bring out the best in each other, right? Hitchins needs a guy like Tio who can be aggressive in a way that's technical, right? He's not going to go in there, head down, just waving to come in, but he's going to press the issue at some point in that fight. Hitchins needs something like that. For Hitchins, though, right, he provides windows and opportunities that Hitchins will give him throughout this fight. Kambosos was given opportunities in this fight. And Hitchins, in his post-fight interview, if you didn't hear him, he basically said that, okay, I'm working on my defense at this point. Like, basically, he's so comfortable with his offense. And that was a huge thing about this fight. The performance was amazing. It was the comfort level that was displayed that really separates, guys. Like you could watch fighters, and the more you watch boxing and the more you watch fighters, you realize that once you get to a certain level, you can't really say, oh, well, that guy's jab is shit and that guy's jab is way better, or this guy's 1-2 is going to be better than this guy's. Like, it doesn't work that way. But what you can say is once you're getting to these certain levels and you are calm and you are able to control your emotions and you're able to establish your game plan, and when things don't go your way, you don't abandon it, or if you get an accidental cut and you see blood, you don't freak out. Just, all sorts of different aspects of the fight game. And Hitchinson's ability to be confident is what separated him in this fight. Tio has the ability to stay confident. Tio has the ability to sustain a game plan. This is going to be a very interesting, if they get the fight done, going to be a very, very interesting matchup, right? And I think so for one other reason. I wanted to wait for Doomy, but we'll talk about this now. And by the way, the link to join is in the chat for the YouTube and for the X. Doomy, I'm sure, will be able to put it on his side, but for now, you got to go to Infighting FX on YouTube, X, IG, Twitch, and YouTube. I said YouTube. X, Facebook. Yo, shout out Broadway Joel Champ in the building. Listen, I think, okay, he said who would he fight other than Tio? But that's what I'm saying. I don't want to see Devin Haney. I like the Tio fight. The Tio, like, what's wrong with the Tio fight? He said, okay, no, because what he said basically was that he wanted to work on, he was working on his defense from like round 6 or 7, and that's really when Kambosos started to have, I'm not saying like success, like he took over the fight or controlled any sort of momentum throughout any one round. Not at all. All I'm saying is he wasn't getting his ass beat as bad as the round prior to that, right? He landed a little more, right? He got through a little more on the guard, or landed harder shots, or I don't know. Yo, Chris says, I don't think Tio would fight Hitchins. Yeah, man, you might be right. I don't think, like, here's the thing. Tio has been complaining or whatever you want to say for one reason. He wants a big fight. That's what he wants. He wants a big fight. Hitchins isn't really a big fight. Let's be real, right? He's got no scalps on his resume that mean anything in America, right? And so that's not the fight, but that's the other part is Tio needs to get back to that guy though, right? Like the Tio that we've seen kind of, drift into the weeds a little bit is the Tio that's chasing big fight after big fight. And we can, and listen, for those of us that have the history, right, of the past decade or the past era, that kind of approach can be poison to even the best fighters. Look at a guy like Amir Khan, probably one of the best offensive fighters in the welterweight division of that era that included Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao. It's, a point that's been argued for a very long time. And, it's a point that very few can fully understand because how good Amir Khan was. But Amir Khan's constant chase for Pacquiao and Floyd derailed his entire career, right? So for Tio, if we have the Tio outline go through and we see, oh, look at Tio's, height of popularity here, and look at where he's at in ability in the ring here, right? At some point, his unwillingness to fight major fights within boxing and his quest to have that big marquee fight excuse me, on pay-per-view has derailed his career. And so getting back to the Hitchins of them of the competition, that speaks to the kind of Tio that I think is at his best. Tio is like the Dallas Cowboys. He plays to his, or he fights rather, to his competition every single time. He can be the best, one of the best fighters in boxing, and he can be one of the most mid fighters in boxing. And it has many, many times depended on who is standing across from him on fight night. But it's not the big fight. It's not the big fight. It's definitely not. Chris knows it. He agrees. That said, though, you don't get in the ring like that. Well, like, here's the other part of it, right? T.O. is a master promoter for himself, bro. You know what I'm saying? That was worth him just getting on camera just to get the time. You know what I'm saying? Like that right there. Just, I mean, look, I popped when we saw they were going to him, right? I popped when they just put him on screen. I saw him walking into the ring. So did Doomy, right? Grown ass men popping for fucking, boxers, just being there. And so I would say, like, in a past era, I would say, bro, you can't go in that ring if you're not going to take that fight. Because now if you don't fight that man, they're going to call you the duck because you're the A side of that fight. The A side's always the duck, right? The B side's never ducking. It's always the A side that's ducking. But I don't think that they approach it like that anyway, to be honest with you. Oh, they just showed everybody in the division with the belt. Yeah, they could do Hitchins T.O. in New York. I mean, what do y'all think of that? It's not a big fight for T.O. in terms of fight purse, right? Like, or like fronted money, right? Money on the front end. But if you believe in your star, if you believe in yourself, and you bet on yourself in the fight, and you can negotiate portions on the back end for how successful it is based on, ticket sales, merch. I mean, merch is usually not really licensed to the promoter or anything, but like, popcorn money, shit like that, right? Pay-per-view sales. Like, if you can get yourself a little something and then you put it on New York and you make it a mega fight. But we got to remember something very specific here, okay? And again, I was hoping Doomy would be on by now, but I'm just going to talk about it. T.O.'s got to be feeling the pressure a little bit of that Tom and Jerry comment, right? Everybody knows why Turkey said what he said. The Ring magazine, see, we all got it wrong with Turkey. We all got it wrong with Turkey, bro. Every single one of us, me included, bro, me included. Listen to me. I'm gonna be real with this. I'm gonna keep it all the way 100. I got it wrong because when I said that Turkey can put on fights over the past few years, and not worry about the success of the show, I was talking financially, right? And we were all right about that aspect of it. But there is a quantitative, not payment, but like there is a quantitative form of reimbursement that he enjoys or that he demands after the fights. And that is us going to him on X, going to him on IG or wherever else saying, thank you, Turkey. Thank you for saving boxing, Turkey. Oh, we love this Turkey. Oh, Turkey just went in and just took over control of everybody. Now everybody's got to kiss the turkey ring. Yo, go kiss the turkey ring, Tank. Go kiss the turkey ring, Al. Go kiss the turkey ring, Benavidez. And so that's what he was he was selling these fights for that revenue, right? That love. He's a dude who really is a hardcore. And whether hardcores want to admit it or not, they really give a fuck about what other hardcores say. Because if they didn't, we wouldn't spend as much time fighting on the internet and shit. But you put yourself in a position where you are part of that bad card. Even if your fight wasn't the worst of them, right? Even though your fight was better by comparisons for sure, it didn't save the card. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't the standout fight. T.O. would smoke Hitchins. That's why he called out Haney instead. Nah, bro. He called T.O. the N-word super loud and said, let's fight. Oh, Oh, you're talking about Tio. My bad. My bad. You said Tio. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. But I mean, that's not a big fight though, champ, right? So like, I mean, I don't it would be a weird vibe and a weird move for Tio to even be calling out Hitchins like that, bro. Like, real talk, it would be a weird move in general. Like if you're the A side, right? You're the A side and you're calling out the dude that you know, just won his like first real like marquee fight, right? And by the way, here's the thing. You could say that he would smoke him, that's fine. But I think the narrative that he wouldn't want to fight him is a little flawed, or it's a little early, right? Because the thing is that they're both New Yorkers, right? You could put that fight in New York, right? Unification type shit, right? And at the end of the day, only one of those two dudes got a knockout win over George Kambosos. I'll let you go search through BoxRec so you can find out which one it is. Doomy, what's going on, champ?
Sorry about that, champ. Had to step away,
No,
get shit situated.
We're talking about the reality of T.O. Hitchins, and I'm gonna throw something in there that is that.
That's me.
Oh, okay.
I had it on the phone. Sorry about that.
Gotcha. No, you're straight. I wanted to ask you this. Okay, so we're talking about the real reality of the potential of a T.O. Hitchins, right? You said it yourself. T.O. wants a big fight. Hitchins doesn't necessarily represent that big name, but you covered on your show the Boxing Biz, which if you're not following Doomy, you could go to YouTube, the Boxing Biz on YouTube, and follow the champ personally. You said it on your show. You covered it. The Tom and Jerry comment from Turkey. That meant something very specific. And what we all know it meant, what it was a shot at the Cinco de Mayo card on Friday in New York. That was a shot at everybody that participated on that card. Now, don't get me wrong. As I said, Tio and Barboza, they had the better fight of them all, right? They didn't stink out the joint like the rest of them. And it was more shot at Ryan. It was a more shot at Haney, right? It was a more shot at all them. But with Tio associated to that stink and with his pushing or poking of the turkey bear.
The turkey bear.
Turkey bear.
How y'all got my man fused this shit?
Bear, right?
Fucking
what
shit.
do you think the realities are of that fight happening? And what kind of stress do you think Tio feels or doesn't feel after that Turkey comment?
Man, Turkey, listen, first of all, shout out to Turkey because I needed somebody with power to say that. You know, it seems as though sometimes, you know what I'm saying, these boxers ain't trying to hear what the boxing public's trying to say, man. We want to see guys fight. We don't want to see Skull versus Canelo. We don't want to see Devin versus Ramirez. We don't want to see those style fights. It's not that we don't want to see Devin fight or Canelo fight. We just don't want to see those types of fights. So when Turkey spoke out and said that everybody that wants to make a big bag with Big Turk, you got to put on a performance. You got to fight. So how do I feel about that? How do I feel if Tio feels in any way? I don't think Tio's worrying about anything because Tio has always been an entertainer. He fights to the style that's in front of him. You know what I'm saying? He's not worrying about whether or not I'm going to be an entertainer because I am an entertainer. Yeah. You got a lot of guys that are worried about that. Oh, bro. You know what I'm saying? And, you know.
You think Tio's feeling that?
I don't think Tio's feeling about, you know, he already lost his O. But.
No. As far as the pressure you talk about, like,
yeah, I don't think he's feeling pressure. I don't think he's feeling pressure
because it's a thing where like he didn't put on that shit performance like those other guys, and he's never really put on a stinker of that magnitude. Now, don't get me wrong, we've had some very very soft ass TO performances. Okay,
who
few between.
Who?
I mean, without looking, I wouldn't be able to. I mean, I could tell you right now.
Listen, man, I'll look it up for you. You tell me what fight was easy, right? Was it the last guy he fought, Glaggett or whatever the hell his name was?
Yeah, listen, I'm not saying that Glaggett wasn't that he didn't dominate him. He didn't look special against him. Okay, and when it comes to special fighters, they have to look special against ordinary guys. They have to. And when they don't, it is a red flag. It doesn't mean that they're shit. Like, there are off nights, there are bad camps, there are injuries. These things are real and they can affect a fighter greatly. And
So what? When he fought Sandor Martin, he was looking like he, you know what I'm saying? When he fought Steve
Go ahead.
When he fought Steve Glaggett, took the 12 rounds. Jermaine
Yeah,
Ortiz,
but
12 rounds.
the most
Josh Taylor, 12 rounds.
Yo, Ortiz made him uncomfortable, bro.
But this is what I'm saying, bro. Like, look at the other fighters in the same vicinity as Teofimo Lopez, and look at the type of fighters they're fighting. You know what I mean?
No. Again, this is not an attack on his resume. This isn't an attack on his fighting style. Not at all. The only reason I even brought it up is because, again, his name was associated to that promotion, right?
Mm-hmm.
Nobody thought about that in terms of the fights that were happening. Nobody looked at it like that. The way we all looked at it was like, oh shit, we're going to watch Devin Haney, Ryan Garcia, and Teofimo Lopez all fighting on the same night, which was a little weird, right? We should have been saying, yo, we're about to watch Devin and Ryan too, or we're about to watch Devin and Teo, or Ryan and Teo, or whatever. But that wasn't the case, right? Instead, they went and stunk it up. So my only thing is Teo being associated with that. Does he feel, does he feel a pressure to
perform?
Exactly.
To perform.
Come out and perform in a big way. And is that pressure even good for a fighter?
When you're talking about championship medal, like a Teofimo Lopez, when you have that pressure on you, it's either do or die, right? And I like to think that Teofimo Lopez is the one that does it. He lives up to the expectation. We've seen him in a couple of battles where we probably criticized him. I know Nakatani was one of them, right? He was going through a lot of stuff in his life, and not to blame it all on that, but fighters sometimes don't look as good as they're gonna look in front of others because styles make fights.
Yeah,
and obviously you have different circumstances in life that can dictate the outcome, right? Depending on what you're going through outside of the ring. So Teofimo Lopez having that extra pressure to perform because of what Turk has said and the way the fights have been conducted in the last few and what the boxing public is talking about, there's pressure on all fighters, bro. All fighters to do the right thing. And, just to segue back to the fight tonight, Richard Hitchins, the way he was moving in that ring was definitely what we needed to see to catapult his name. Because a lot of people will say, he's a talker, he's just talking, but he's backing it up now. He backed it up against somebody that's fought your favorite fighter. Kambosos has fought your favorite fighter. You like Devin? He fought your favorite fighter.
Yo, but he looks so big though, bro.
Super big. What the fuck?
Big, bro. Oh no, see, because that's the other part about it is, I mean, you pair him up with guys like Teo or some of the guys that haven't been up very long. I think that's the part is people forget, because Teo has been such a take on all comers type of guy throughout his career that people forget that weight classes matter. You know what I mean? And getting acclimated to weight classes matter. When you got a guy out here that's already dealing or entering the ring with a natural advantage, then your skills that night have to be that much sharper. You have to be that much better, that much more accurate, right? Pick your shots that much more confidently. And so, I just want to see that fight. I think it's a good fight. I really do,
bro. And with all the shenanigans that were going on, Teo being on across a whole bunch of podcasts and X Spaces and talking the way he's talking, and obviously Devin chasing him. You got my man Bill in New York, doing the whole promo on chasing Teo and all that.
Yeah.
So it's not like I didn't want to see Haney and Teo. I just felt like Teo had other options, and we eventually can get to Haney. Haney don't got to be next. Haney can marinate. It's just that, like any other fight, and we know this, right, Mario? We missed out on AJ Deontay. We missed out on Tyson Fury, AJ. We missed, and those are the ones that come to mind, right? But there's a couple of other fights that we missed out on or took too long to marinate. And we don't want to see that
sure.
happen. We don't want to see that happen in this division. So let these guys keep fighting each other. You know, Shakur Stevens got Cepeda. You got well, we can't count Crawford. Crawford's on his way to boxing glory and shit with Canelo.
Yeah, no shit.
But as far as like the four kings, quote unquote, so to speak, they're all at the point in their careers that they have to fight each other.
Yeah, for real. Bro.
And I call bullshit on any of you boxing analysts, any boxing reporters that's talking all this shit, talking about Andy, you know, is not that dude, or people ain't trying to avoid him. Of course people trying to avoid him, man. Why you think he went the IBF route? Because they know the IBF handles their business. So, of course, get good positioning. You got Murataya right there, easy to make. Watch when Andy got that belt. I want to see who's going to be. Andy's right there, bro. Ranked number 3, 2, I think number 9 in another sanctioning body. I'm not too sure.
Shit, really?
Yeah, he's up there across the. You eventually gonna. You're Shakur Stevenson. You're gonna have to fight Andy. You're any of these guys at the top. You got to fight Andy, bro, and watch. We're gonna be talking about it on the show just like this.
Bro. I don't know. It's tough. Listen, first of all, I don't know what's going to be left of this division after this year's over, right? Because you got Tank, who knows what he does at any point. You got Keyshawn, who's already clearly said that he is gone from the division. No way.
He's done so.
Cepeda and Shakur will fight on July 12th. And I have to assume that the winner of that fight likely moves up, if not next, at least by 2026. And it has nothing to do with even weight or anything. I just think that when you look at the landscape of 135, there are no fights there that I think he's willing to gamble on based on how attractive the money is, right? And you go to 140 and you're there with a bunch of very winnable fights against, you know, names like Barbosa or Matias, and those are tough fights, but those aren't, you know, world beater fights. Let's be real. I don't know, man. That junior welterweight division is, I mean, really everything from 135 to 147 is makeable these days. Let's be real. Guys are, I mean, Crawford and Canelo if you are a boxer and you're looking at what Crawford is doing, you are saying to yourself, boxing has entered an era where there is nothing you can't expect from an A side. So Crawford, who is an A side, is coming into this fight and welcoming himself as the B side to then come up to the A side Canelo, right?
Yeah.
If we start to see that more and more, then the divisions that it will happen at the most are 135 through 147. They are the money divisions. They are the divisions that we have so much precedent with guys jumping up, leaping up, the Josecito Lopez's of the world, the Jesse Vargas's of the world. Margarito, I don't think counts.
I see what you're saying.
You get what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, these guys are going to jump more and more because none of them really occupy a division anymore. Not really. Tio's kind of the only one that ever really has had, you know, solidified divisional credibility. Because I could make the argument that Tank's never won a world title. If I really wanted to, I could make that argument. Now, it's a narrative, and you could have the other side of the narrative, and sure, that's fine. But all I'm saying is that's a point. Ryan Garcia, I could poke all through his resume. Okay. But at the end of the day, guys like Haney, guys like Tio, they solidified themselves as lightweights. Okay. And now they're doing it as junior welterweights. Ryan, it feels like, you know, he's most likely going to be fighting at whatever catch weight will best line up with whatever fat camp he's currently in. You know what I mean? Like, for a guy like that who's either getting hurt or getting in trouble, not fighting is the worst thing that can happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, it really is. And now you have this massive pressure of what seems to be like the king of fucking boxing at this point telling telling the world, I'm not paying for Tom and Jerry fights anymore.
Yeah,
I'm not buying what I already bought. I did not like the return on my investment. And I was saying this earlier too, Doomy, like we all got it wrong in the sense that Turkey was putting on these fights and expected no sort of revenue in return. We just didn't think that we just all thought revenue meant money, right? But it didn't. For him, revenue was in the form of congratulations from fans,
yeah.
admiration from fans, love from fans, people that would say, thank you for saving boxing, all that shit. So when you put on a stinker with the world watching and Pat McAfee and Booker T on the main host table, bro, you shit the bed. And now you're mad at every single person in that room. And I'll be honest, I think Oscar was going to be promoting that Canelo Crawford fight until his fighters shit the bed. Ryan Garcia lost. People cannot forget the aspect of that. He lost the fight. Okay. And so, and by the way, that was off of a big long layoff. So what's going to happen now with the injury and another long layoff? You know, the internet's terrible for this kid. We already know that. It's just a matter of time. But you can tell everything Turkey said was directed at that card. And Oscar to come out on Thursday and unload on Canelo and the Crawford fight the way he did.
Yeah, clap back. I mean, my man Oscar's always had a problem with that fight. You know, he's always, since it was announced or even thought of,
because he don't got Canelo.
He don't got Canelo, but it's not like he's not saying anything that makes sense, right? You know, Canelo is the bigger guy. You know, and everything he said, a lot of us feel. Yeah, everybody feels the same. Not everybody, but a lot of us feel the same way. Canelo's the bigger guy. Crawford's coming up. We know the story, right? The bigger good guy always beats the smaller good guy, and that's what De La Hoya has been harping on. I think that he's a little JJ, right? That's the softest way I could put it. That Dana White is taking the helm on this promotion. You know, he's been AKA quote unquote gifted on the silver platter, right? According to Oscar, to promote this fight. But, I think that's just a little bit of hateration going on. Real quick, man, let me go back to the chat and see if anybody missed out. Chris Partlow said, I don't think Tio would fight Hitchins. You bullshitting. Champ. Tio fight anybody, bro. Tio's just looking for the money and looking for a position where he's going to be treated right by the powers that be, bro. He's not going to go down like he did,
when he says it that way, and I responded that too in the same way you did, right? I'm hearing him say, like, basically, like he's scared of him, right? Like that's the way I hear him mean it. But maybe he's saying it in the sense of like he knows it's not worth it. You know what I'm saying? Like he knows it wouldn't be worth it to him. Because bro, know that he'd fight anybody at this point.
How we let babyface Drew get away with that comment? Kambosos made Hitchins look good. Hitchins is trash. Damn.
Yeah,
where's my soundboard? I gotta hit you with the finish him.
Here's the thing, Doomy. He's not totally wrong. Kambosos was in there mostly to get hit.
Stop harping, Mario. Let's get at babyface right now. How Kambosos made Hitchins look good when Hitchins is who made Hitchins look good by making Kambosos look bad? Get out of here with that, bro. I see you got a little hate on Hitchins.
He established the jab, right? He did the work. And at the end of the day, saying, oh, Kambosos couldn't figure out a way around this very established strategy and almost expertise of establishing it in the ring against your opponent. Like you can't say, oh, Kambosos, he's just trash because he couldn't overcome a fucking very, very solid game plan in offense.
Jackhammer jab, bro. I'm talking about.
Like I know you don't watch football, but it's like saying like, oh yeah, that team was trash. They didn't score no points last night. It's like, oh yeah, well they were playing fucking Baltimore and they're fucking top 3.
Oh shit,
like,
yo,
you know like,
you see in the chat, you see,
math, you know what I mean?
You see in the chat right now. Got my man Dio hopping in for his boy Babyface.
Something
You know what I
tells me
mean?
Jimmy didn't watch Hitchins versus Lemos.
You see?
Let me see.
Oh, you're only as good as your last fight, bro. He's gonna bring up Hitchins versus Lemos to try to prove a point that Hitchins is ass.
Yeah. No, I mean, I definitely understand, but I really don't.
Stop playing, champy. You know, yo, this is what I always tell ya. Styles makes fights, man. Certain styles are not gonna really look the same. I mean, no style. You know, when you got different styles in the ring. Let's say I'm a boxer puncher, and I'm fighting an aggressive come forward fighter, right? That's gonna look a certain way. If I'm a boxer puncher, and I'm fighting a guy who's a counter puncher and a pure boxer, that's gonna look different. I might have to attack more often than the fighter. So you know, when I see these fights happen. And we could take a look at some highlights between Hitchins and Lemos. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
never mind. Never mind.
They could try to
Now,
say what they want to say. Lemos, Lemos.
Listen,
caught.
he was undefeated, Doomy. He was undefeated, and then he went on to fight Paro, who was undefeated. Okay, so it's like I mean,
Paro. You feel me,
Yeah.
Paro? Shout out to
Yeah.
HLD in the building.
oh, HLD champ,
Triple peace sign. Let's go.
champ in the building. HLD. Hey, by the way, shout out to Broadway Joel. You know what I'm saying? The Dominican boxing, the Dominican voice of boxing.
Broadway.
Shout out to uh
Haas.
in Vegas and Sir Edward Champ. Gene JD, my bad. Champ, appreciate
Yo.
you for tapping in again. And Matty Ice, Champ.
Ice baby.
Hardcore news also in the building. Yo,
Yo, look at Haas. Haas Delgado says Pitbull Cruz versus Hitchins. I like that.
honestly, I think Hitchins wins
but
that fight just based
Cruz
off
is
of
small.
in size.
Yeah,
I know, dog.
Cruz is small,
I
bro.
couldn't see. Look, it's not going to be a situation where like when in the cartoons where they got the guy's head, they palming it and the dude's like trying to fight him and shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm not saying it goes down like that, but yo, this kid Hitchins, he has a very strong jab that comes from a very strong frame, and it is very tough to get around that. The ability that you have to use against someone like that, it goes beyond what you use in the gym. You're not used to punching that far up or getting in tight with somebody. You know what I mean? Where you would normally land an uppercut on somebody within the height range of your division. Now you're like fucking knocking off the side of their shoulder because the differences are so great. You know what I'm saying?
Shit was official tonight, though, man. I'm really impressed
He
with.
said Cruz is back at 135. Yeah, but see, that was what we were. But that's what.
Cruz got the rematch with Ferreira, right?
Well, no. But what I was saying is that I feel like all these fights are like interchangeable. Like everything from 135 to basically 147 could be made. Like, don't tell me.
So basically, what you're saying? Oh, wait. So what I'm hearing
like
from
a
you is
Teo
that.
fight or like a fucking Ryan fight. Like, bro,
So-
we would jump up in a heartbeat.
So what I'm hearing from you is that anybody within those weight divisions, 135 to 147, right? You're trying to say that anybody can come up or come down to see each other.
Yes, and I'm saying that money will dictate it. See, it used to be titles, it used to be standing in the division, it used to be unifications, and now today money has completely sideswiped that. And for everybody that says, "Oh, Canelo was just using Jake Paul as a negotiation piece," that might be true, but it also might not. How close were we to the king of boxing literally getting into the ring with that dude? And it would have been solely based off of money. And so all I'm saying is that 135 through 147, those have been some of the biggest money divisions outside of heavyweight. So the drawing power, like, let's not pretend like, fucking Marquez didn't get drawn up to Mayweather. And I mentioned Jesse Vargas and Josecito Lopez, Kell Brook. You know, there's a list of so many people who have gone up for that almighty dollar for that big fight. And if you're a guy like Cruz, it's going to be tough for you to go the Lomachenko route, where
He's
you are
small.
a guy who's getting a huge, and he's a guy who's
Small.
getting this huge push. Like, let's not forget that Lomachenko hit bumps in the road, right? And you know, we could just say Salido, that's fine, but it's a learning curve. You know what I mean? And so
Yeah.
Cruz could, if they want to catch Cruz early, they could try that, right? Try to get him to come up to 140 or catch weight to try to catch him or something, right? Try to B-side him to death, whatever. But there are fights out there to be made all across these divisions. I feel like,
I mean, my man Hoss on the chat agrees with you. Haas Delgado said the same thing. He said he can still move up. And then HLD come back around and said that boy called out Tom and Haney. I think you meant
Tom
Tio,
and
right?
Haney.
I think that he did. Shit.
With the lineal king in the ring.
I just caught that. Tom and Haney with the lineal king in the ring. If that ain't open, quack, quack. What is? Duck, 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 goose.
Yeah, bro. I don't know, man. I think it definitely puts. I think it definitely will light a fire under a lot of people's asses. And you've seen guys like Jermaine Ortiz have been out here like, yo, I've been pressing guys in my last few fights. Like, I'll go out, I'll put out a show. Like, you know, obviously his style doesn't lend it to that, but he's a guy who, you know, he wants to hurt you. He does. You know, he wants to land. I don't know. Ryan had problems with it, right? He said specifically, he didn't like how it's you're trying to interfere in boxing, right? Like in the sport, like dictating the fight script because you want a more exciting fight. The NFL doesn't do that, right? The commissioners don't come out and say like, oh, Patriots, y'all are gonna have to throw more next game. Y'all didn't throw enough. We want bombs out there, guys. We want Hail Marys. Like, they don't do that, right? The MLB doesn't come out and say, nuh-uh, pitchers, no more off-speed stuff. You can't throw any off-speed after the fourth inning. No more. All fastballs, because we want more home runs. It's more exciting. That's essentially what Turkey is doing. He's saying, I want the most exciting boxing matches that can be made. So I'm not going to pay people to do these Tom and Jerry fights. And but he's not saying he's not going to pay Ryan. He's not going to work with these guys. He's threatening them and basically saying, like, I'm on y'all's ass. This is your warning. You get this one chance. If I give you another chance and you stink it up, that's it. You're done, bro. And you might just be done from the whole sport if I feel like it.
Let me ask you something, since I made it late to the watch, right? My whole thing is I saw that Pablo Valdez was still gonna fight. Did he fight still, or it was just totally not on?
Bro, I didn't see any of the card before Cruz.
Shit, man.
None of it.
Because, you know, the last time we checked, you
Go
know,
back to
Caesar was not going to be able to make the fight. So I was thinking that Pablo didn't have, but I seen him come out with Richard. So I don't know. I had the hopes that
they didn't have him on BoxRec, I know of, before the fights. I know his fight was no longer on the sheet. And I'm looking at the card right now, and he didn't fight.
He didn't fight, right? Dang.
I saw. Oh, you know what? I did see Dev. He won a unanimous decision. I saw a little bit of him.
Wait, Nishant Dev won a unanimous decision?
Nishant Dev, yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Man, I got high hopes for that kid, bro, because I see a lot of potential in the market that he's in, man. It's 1 billion people, bro.
Bro, for real.
It's 1 billion people, and it's not. It's more than that, right? Because, you know, I got plenty of Indian friends, man, and you know, I mean, the farthest that I've really seen the sports in, I mean, Kabaddi. I don't know if anybody that's Indian is listening, but Kabaddi is a wrestling type of fight sport in India. That's mostly what I really talk to any of those, you know, those friends that are Indian that know about like combat. I talk to them about that, right? I talked to them about boxing, but it's like, you know, there's one other boxer in India, and I think he fought on one of those like YouTuber kind of fight cards and
Oh
shit.
yeah. Oh man, what was that kid's name? I know exactly who you're talking
You know what I'm
about.
talking about, right?
Yeah, I know exactly he wanted to fight. I think Jake Paul.
Yeah, he wanted to fight Jake Paul. He wanted to fight Jake
Yeah.
Paul, and he's got a lot of he's got a lot of backing behind him. But when you look at a guy like Nishant Dev, guy that's been through the amateur ranks, he was in the I think Olympic trials or something like
Done
that.
it the right way.
He's gone that route where these promoters go and pick up those superstars, right? Like they did Shakur Stevenson and a bunch of the Olympic guys in American team, right? When you have that good Olympic background or that amateur background that can kind of catapult you in the pros because there's been eyes on you already. So Nishant, he could fight. I don't know what he did in this last one. If he went the full rounds, I just hope that he keeps gaining ground and he keeps doing good.
Well,
I hope to see a lot of good stuff coming out of that kid. I just got to keep winning though. You got to keep winning.
2-0 with 1 KO or TKO in his debut. Went 6 rounds tonight, unanimous decision, won every single round on all 3 judges' scorecards. Beating Josue Silva, who, by the way, has he had a lot of fight experience. Supposedly, this is a guy that trained MMA and did they say he was a wrestler? I don't remember, but he had a lot of fight experience. I mean, not boxing experience, clearly.
Who he
By
talking
his record, the guy that he fought.
about? So he was like what, like an
Josue Silva or Jose? I don't think it was Jose. It was like Josue. I forgot, but it was Silva's his last name. He's from America, but he stays in Mexico or I don't know, something like that. But
so he fought like an MMA fighter or something, chat.
nah, he's just a dude with a ton of fight experience. They said, that's
Tough journeyman.
Commentary said, yeah, he's done MMA, he's wrestled. I think they said, just like a dude who fights. You know what I mean? And that's a thing too. It's like,
I mean, so you're saying basically that his record doesn't reflect what you saw in the ring or what people.
What I'm saying is, this was a tougher guy than you would normally get in your second pro fight.
Yeah, because your
talent,
man's three.
Not a higher talent or a higher level, right? But a tougher fight, right? Because there's a two difference, right? You could be a guy like Hitchins, right, utilizing a jab all night, win a fight, right? And then there's the guy that can go out there and kind of muscle and bulldog because he's a fighter. He's a guy who has been in rough up shit, and he just knows.
Yeah, no, your man's look like he rough and tough. I'm looking at his box rec, 3-3, 1 KO, got knocked out once, and Mexico, California. He's 32 years old. Yo, listen, your man's a mechanic, but every now and then he takes breaks and shoots his shit and does his shadow boxing. Some of these guys' records don't reflect. You just never know what these journeymen are doing during different types of their life. They might have another job, but they might be training pretty hard. And if you get the call at the right time, you could be in good shape, man, to give somebody like Nishant Dev a run for his money or give him some good rounds. That's what he needs anyways. He's 2-0 and still much time to develop him. So not worried too much about him going those 6 rounds. I think it's great. Might as well go these rounds now in the beginning of the career so that as he goes up and they start adding more rounds and they start adding, higher caliber opponents, he's able to cope with the stamina that he needs to be competitive. So Nishant Dev, keep doing your thing, keep winning, and we'll keep watching. Shout out to my man Angel Concepcion, says Hitchins' jabs was really nice. Yeah, champ. That was the key, man. He says him and Keyshawn would be a good fight. Yeah. See, Keyshawn is one of those guys too, man. Real long, lanky. He's got that Terrence Crawford body. I'll use Terrence as the example. And if you really know how to use the God-given attributes that you've been gifted, you can really make fights easier. And establishing that jab is key, man, in any fight. You talk to any trainer, the jab is key. Let's see. We ain't letting nobody off the hook. All right. Shit.
This
What?
was the post that I was talking about. Let me try to make it bigger. Fuck.
Ryan, not
Shout
to
out,
me, but it's like
shout
you
out
can.
Coach Rivera in the chat, my boy. Yo, Hitchins won, bro. 8th round stoppage. Looked very, very good. Fought behind the jab. Yo, Hitchins looked real big, coach. Real big. But shout out Coach Rivera, the champ.
Yeah. Coach Rivera. Yeah, me and Coach Rivera, we got to get down, man. We got to do that Espanol, bro.
Hell
We
yeah.
got, we
Hey,
got to do that.
so this is it right here. Ryan Garcia post. This is a day after Turkey's post. Or no, it's the same day. It's later that night. And he says the no running rule is wild. And
Shit
then
is wild.
A person comments and says, "Why does it matter? You don't even run." And then Ryan responded, and this is what I wanted to ask you about. No, to me, no to me, but it's like you can't influence boxing styles that way. So that's what he's more saying. It's like not about, hey, I want to pay for the best fights. That's not what he's saying. Like, or that's not how some people are taking it. Some people are taking it like the way you said it. It's like you're gonna fight hard, or you're not coming back. That's the way it's gonna be. And again, that's altering the parameters of boxing. You can't force action. And here's the thing. If you really want the best fights, then you're going to have to stop trying to get around the way boxing has worked forever. And that is through matchmakers. You have to have matchmakers. It is crazy to me that there are 3 high-level matchmakers right now unemployed. Well, not unemployed, but like not employed with a boxing promoter as matchmakers, right? Why not bring in them even as a consultant at this point? But if you want the best fights, threatening fighters on Twitter is not the way to get it. Getting a matchmaker would be your first and best step forward to accomplishing anything in that regard.
Yeah, matchmaking is very important. I mean, who
What do
do
you
we
think, Doomy? Is he interfering with the styles of boxing?
I said this earlier. I mean, on the last show, bro. Like, Turkey's saying no running, but is that going to impact fighters like Devin Haney? Yes, it is. It's going to impact fighters that are defensive fighters that fight like a Shakur Stevenson. Yes, it is. The thing is that as much as we want to see action-packed fights, we will not be able to take away from a fighter's 10, 15, 20-year training and muscle memory away in one shot just because Turkey spoke on it. It's all gone. It's not going to happen that way.
Sure.
We're still going to have fighters that fight the way they fight the fight. I think there's just an extra sense of urgency to be able to get that big bag with Turkey to perform. Because, you don't have to fight in any of the promotions that Turkey's throwing. You don't have to do that. I mean,
yeah,
but if you want that bag,
exactly. But if he's paying the biggest bag, then it's like, don't you have to? You know what I mean? Like, let's say I'm a barber, right? And all I've ever done is fades. That's all I've ever done, right? Mm-hmm. But now the new trend that all the kids are doing is growing their hair long and getting braids. If I don't learn braids, then I'm not getting paid.
You better be a hell of a shape-up artist.
Barber, I know, right? But if my understanding of what a barber is all about the fade, right? All about keeping it crisp. If that's where I come from, and that's my mentality of it, then switching it up goes against my complete, understanding of that thing.
It'll make it uncomfortable.
Boxer, it's huge. Exactly. So it's like you're creating this incentive for these people to alter their fight plans, and that's going to alter fight scripts. And ultimately, it could have a huge impact on the sport. At the same time, as you said, you can't force those things. But to me, Doomy, it feels like a hardcore got control of the sport of boxing. It really does, right? Like
it is.
Wrestling. What's his name said this the other day? Abe. Shout out to Abe Gonzalez. FightsATW.com. That's a website I write for. FightsAroundTheWorld.com. Boxing, wrestling, everything combat sports. He said Turkey is like Triple H. If he didn't book it, he don't like it. And that's really, really what it comes down to sometimes with
Wow.
him, dude. It really does. Like, you talk about what Turkey wants. Okay, but you're talking about all these other past fighters that were great, bro. Tell me which Floyd fight in his final Showtime contract, or even some of those HBO fights, were banger fights. Which ones do you really remember? Yeah, there was a good moment with Mosley. Cotto fight was
We
good.
had already
But for the most
accepted.
of them, they
We
were
we
all
we
like,
we already had accepted Mayweather for what he was, though.
exactly. And we knew he was the best at it. So we were trying to send dudes in there to beat him, to figure out the blueprint. But that's what I'm trying to say is like, bro, if Turkey was in charge of that era, or was in charge during that era and was doing what he's doing now, I have no doubt he would shit on Floyd. But he ain't shitting on Floyd today. He calls Floyd one of the greatest of all time. He's like, oh, I'm a huge fan, blah, blah, blah. But that's what I'm saying. It's like, you're mad because you made bad matchups, right? You're mad because you paid for a fight that was 4 years past its peak in Ryan and Rolly. And you did all that with the understanding that these two dudes were going to meet up, right? This was the Infinity Wars to the fucking Avengers in games. Oh shit, the UFC's on, bro. Hold up.
UFC's
Fuck, I
on,
forgot about this. Hold up. Yeah, let me get my remote.
bro. The UFC, bro. They is tonight's fight. Who's tonight anyway on the UFC, bro?
Usman?
It's Usman, right?
Yeah, and what's his name?
And
Oh, I don't want to.
my man said Usman in the building. Shout out to my man Christopher. Hey, Christopher. You remember? Let's see if you remember where that's from. Christopher. What are you doing, Christopher? You don't remember?
It sounds like a
Sopranos.
terrible Sopranos.
Damn. Shout out to Elsewhere. Says Buckley. What? It's Usman versus Buckley?
Yeah.
Okay.
Fuck, where's my ESPN at? What the fuck? What's going on here?
My man Chris said you want a Linkovich.
Nah, I'm good, but
Said, do you want the Linkovich?
nah, but I appreciate you, champ. Okay, this is taking way too long.
I gotta set my shit up. Matter of fact, I'll be right back.
Only if you got it.
I'll be right back, Champy.
Thug Rose in the building. I mean, Cage. Oh shit, they looking like they're asleep. Is this like what is this? Is it flyweight? Yeah, right? Oh yeah, it's flyweight. Damn, Rose just got reversed. Wow. I mean, I'll be honest, I wasn't really looking like hard, but it looked like she had that. It looked like she didn't have the choke in super well, but it looked like she had the position secured. And now a very it's like a half side choke, half Dars almost. Oh, and now Maverick's got the full back of Thug Rose and is just ear popping this girl like she playing the fucking tambourine, or not the tambourine. What is it? The boom, 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 whatever it is. That was a hell of a reverse, big dog. Uh-oh. Doomy dropped off. Yeah, bro. Damn, man. Do I have to pay for ESPN to not have commercial breaks? Because I swear to God, I do. I thought my ESPN Plus was like, oh, there was a bare knuckle too. Damn it, I forgot. I knew there was something else. Oh, the Molina Jimenez fight. Oh shit. Wait a minute. Please, 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 please. Okay, come on. Hey, y'all hear a like a buzz? I hear it in my headphones. It's like a buzz. Y'all don't hear it? All right, let me see. Come on. Damn it. Never mind. I thought this was the link to the Donaire fight. Yo, Donaire won a technical decision. Accidental clash of heads in the 9th round caused a deep cut over Donaire's right eyebrow, who said he was unable to see, and ref ordered to go to the scorecards. So, yeah, he won. It looked like he won almost every round. All right, now Mavericks got Rose up against the cage. Uh-oh. Gotta turn that, champies. Gotta turn, can't get in trouble again. Yo, Rose is like an all-time legend, women's MMA. She'll never be like considered like a Nunez or Ronda, but she's a real one, bro. And her story's crazy. Like if they don't make a movie of her, but they made a movie of Clarissa Shields, bro, Hollywood's trash. Hollywood is trash if they don't make this movie about this girl and her life. And if that shit don't get nominated for an Oscar, but they gotta have, you know who? Oh, Natalie Portman. Yo, Natalie Portman playing Thug Rose. Oh, Thug Rose has got her now. Landed hard right hands. Hammer shots, bro. She was tomahawking her. Pause. All right, Rose is fighting for inside hand control. I don't know why she'd be. Oh no, she's fighting against it. My bad. I was like, is Rose gonna try to Kimura her? Like Maverick fighting from this side position, but she's got good control from the bottom right now. From that position, oh man, the elbow. She just dropped it down across Rose's jaw. She didn't land it on the sharp part, but that muscle, when it hits that part of your jaw, it can fucking click like that, bro. And you'll just be out of it for a second. Man, I'm going to go with Sam Goodman, Ryan. I think Sam Goodman has the upward trajectory. Something went on with Nick Ball's camp, or not Nick Ball's camp. Something's going on with Nick Ball's camp, rather. I have it on good authority that there were several fights that were passed over, and the Ball camp was basically telling all sides that they were like ready to go. And one of those fights was already announced prematurely. I can't remember who announced it, but it leaked. And I guess that spooked them into doing the Sam Goodman fight, because then that came out of nowhere. But they knew that they were negotiating it. Oh, Maverick with a beautiful transition. Oh, and Rose scrambles to get on top. Oh, she scrambled for top control. Beautiful. But I think she's got her head caught. Yeah, she does. She's got her head caught. It's not a super dangerous position or anything. Oh, and it's just released. Yeah, I like Sam Goodman. I think Nick Ball has the style to play spoiler in that fight, but I don't think he will. I think the level separations will be too good or be too much for him. I like Nick Ball. I do. I think he's good for the sport. I think he's an exciting fighter that provides very solid checks across the board, right? He's a guy who will perform in and out of the ring. He knows how to promote. But, obviously there's so many fights that you could make there. And then with Brandon Figueroa fighting, what's his name, on such a premier spot on that card with Pacquiao, I mean, that's another fight. And they almost fought. You know, shout out to Abe Gonzalez, fightsatw.com, who has an interview on his TikTok with Brandon Figueroa, who admitted that the Nick Ball fight was ready to go. They thought that was going to be it. You know, they thought that was going to be the fight. Didn't end up, you know, going that way. And he was supposed to fight like Neary, and they had like came out with that. It was crazy. Sam Goodman is a 3-1 betting dog. Wow. Hell yeah. I'll take that, bro. I'll take that. I'll take that, bro. Yeah, my bad. And I didn't mean upset, like favorite upset betting. I just meant like to upset my pick. I meant like, you know, I think Nick Ball is obviously a talented fighter, and this is a crazy fight to get it at this point, right? This is not like a crossroads fight because both these guys have, you know, nowhere else to go or anything like that. I mean, this is a fight where both guys' rockets are literally shooting into the atmosphere and they got to intercept. One of them's going to get knocked down, you know, spiral down. The other one's going to keep ascending. And those are the type of fights that usually produce the best performances. Berlanga, man, I'll be honest. I want Shiraz to win, dude. I want Shiraz to win so bad. It's not a dislike for Berlanga, not at all. I mean, I've only ever interviewed him like twice, and it was when I was on the Boxing Voice, so it wasn't like it was like a situation where it was like, you know, it was all of us, right? So like I've never really spoken to him. I don't know what kind of guy he is. I don't know him personally, nothing like that, right? But the douchery vibes, they penetrate your screen and they cloud up your whole fucking sinuses, and you're just like, oh man, this guy's a fucking douche. Oh, he's making my eyes water. He's such a douche. The finger guns. Oh, Rose with the win. Shout out. Hell yeah. I mean, she looked good for what I saw, but I saw like what, 25% of the fight, if that. Unanimous decision win. Solid. Thug Rose Thug. Yeah, bro. Berlanga did the finger point gun, and that was it for me. I was like, nah, I want Shiraz. But to be honest with you, I think this is a perfect spot for Shiraz. I'm not saying Berlanga is going to overlook him, not at all. But I question Berlanga's ability to control and dictate a fight with someone that presents the kind of attributes that Shiraz does, right? The guy can make himself long in mid-range and pop right back. You know, he can frustrate a fighter. Yeah, Kambosos lost, bro. He did. Wait, Love Hurts. I thought you were just on. Oh no, that was the homeboy. Yeah, bro. Kambosos lost. 8th round stoppage. Hitchins looked great. Utilized the jab, fought behind it for much of the early fight, took control and the momentum from round 1 and just never looked back. There was a point, maybe like mid-fight, maybe like early second half, where Kambosos was definitely more of an aggressor, not the aggressor, but more of an aggressor, and unloaded body shots and got through the guard a couple times, but nothing he landed seemed to affect Hitchins very much at all. But Hitchins looked very, very big tonight. Oh, what's the guy say?
And I just want to say I miss you, Heidi. Also, Ariana, who has cancer, she couldn't make it. I wanted to have her come see me fight, but she kind of got more sick, so please pray for her. And what else? I know there's a bunch of other Carly Judy's and Jillian Robertson and all my other training partners back in Colorado.
Yo, if you have not already, please go to please go to Infighting FX on YouTube, TikTok, IG, Twitch, X, Facebook, basically everywhere you could go. Tap in, please follow the channel, specifically on YouTube and TikTok, bro. I'll be honest, y'all watch wherever y'all want. I love it. That's cool. I'll read all the chat, IG, X, everywhere. It doesn't matter. But YouTube and TikTok would help the most. TikTok, I would like to start going live, and you can't go live until you get X amount of followers, which I'm not even close to yet. But I've been posting a lot. I've been posting different stuff, wrestling, boxing, MMA. One-stop shop right here. I got y'all all day long. Oh, nasty.
Nasty walk-off knockout. I mean, look at how he fakes the kick and then steps off the center line right when Mugino is stepping on the center line. And that is picture perfect.
That was a nasty knockout.
Beautiful job by that man right there to get another knockout slotted to his record. One of the brightest young prospects we have in the UFC. Got it done tonight. UFC Fight Night is presented by Buckley.
What y'all think, Buckley or Usman? I saw Ngannou at the weigh-in, or was it the weigh-ins? Yeah, at the weigh-ins, which was cool to see him there. I wonder sometimes, like, is he done? Like, is he done? Because I could see a big bag coming his way, or I could have seen a big bag coming his way. But now, bro, I don't know. I mean, first of all, the UFC just don't work the way they used to, right? They're not paying fights like that. I think if they were, we would have gotten Bones Jones and Gagne. I think we would have gotten that fight. I think that when you look at the oh shit. I think when you look at what happened, right, with the Aspinall and Jones fight that we didn't get, right? When you look at that, it is, I think, a product of where we are today in the UFC. People talk about not having stars and all this stuff. It's not even that. It's the UFC has now promoted itself as a brand, like a franchise, right? Like in the same way WWE is, or the same way the NBA is, right? It's the home, and nobody's bigger than the product. In boxing, there are moments in time where the fighter becomes bigger than the sport. It happened with Ali. It happened with Floyd and Pacquiao. It's happened with Mike Tyson. You know, their star burst through the ceiling of the hardcore boxing success. But that said, it brings me to one of the points I wanted to talk about, and I was hoping Doomy would be on for this one because he, like myself, is a longtime UFC fan, and I think he would understand some of the points that I was going to make, or I'm going to make, as far as what is going on with Dana White and the UFC and boxing. For weeks now, actually longer than that, by the way, there have been Reddit forums and different places on social media that you could see people talking about Dana White and a story involving him stepping away. Now, the reporting is not based on any facts or any comments from anybody. The story is people insinuating based on the fact that he's now promoting the lead promoter for Canelo and Bud, the biggest fight in the sport of boxing. On the other side, he's also appearing much less for the UFC. He attends far fewer of the events that he used to attend 100% of, almost, or at least 90, 95, 99% of the events. And today he is not seen as much. So that has led to the insinuation, right? But now, as of this week, someone in the upper stratosphere of MMA journalism, Ariel Helwani, mentioned it as well. he said it. Now, this isn't something where he's always reading Reddit. No, he's probably got, information he can't share from sources that he can't quote. And for him to say that he believes that Dana White is getting ready to step away, it tells me that there must be a process going on or potentially about to go on in finding the next face for the company, because Dana provided a very important role with the UFC. I mean, obviously he did, right? But he did it in a way that guys like Jerry Jones, right, are able to become the face of that company and represent it in a way that translates to a net positive, right? Like if the Fertitta brothers were running UFC and trying to be Dana White during the Zuffa era, I don't know if UFC would have succeeded, right? But the money and the suits played their role, and Dana White played his to perfection. But in this era, you don't need the Dana White for the old Dana White for the current UFC. You don't need that guy. So if Dana's responsibilities are going to be pulled, and by the way, they've already been pulled in many other directions, right? The slap fighting league has certainly taken his time and energy. And, obviously he was a big part of Trump's political campaign. You could say that 2024, that was his primary job, or not job, but, that was his primary concern, I guess. Um, and like I said, I just don't think that when you look at what happened with Aspinall and John Jones after the fact that they didn't secure Ngannou and Jones, those are big L's. Like when you don't make George St. Pierre and Anderson Silva, that's just, it didn't work. There's just too many variables that separated that fight, yada, yada, yada. But when your promotion isn't securing the heavyweight fights that everyone wants to, like, what is bigger at that point? What is bigger than that fight? Than two heavyweights that go into a cage and can do something that boxing can no longer do. And that is produce a narrative that the winner is the baddest man on the planet. See, when the boxing heavyweight title was the only thing that ever existed, and boxing was a main sport that was, an American pastime along with baseball and football and basketball. When that was a thing, the person that had that heavyweight title was considered the baddest man on the planet. It wasn't really like a moniker until Mike Tyson, came out, and that became part of his branding, right? But the idea was that the toughest man in the world must be the guy who fights for a living and is the biggest of them all, right? And that represents the heavyweight division. And that heavyweight division was its own American pastime. So not to harp on it, but to be unable to secure Aspinall and Jones is a big L. But if you're Dana and that L isn't even close to as significant as the W that could come from Crawford and Canelo, do you even care? And if you don't care, can you say that you are in the best position to be the Dana White of the UFC? Or is your responsibilities been pulled in too many directions that you should maybe start to look at passing on the helm of at least the day-to-day operations? And I'm sure, look, Dana's not part of the day-to-day as much as he used to be. Ngannou in the building. But I just feel like we're seeing something change here with Dana. Next for Hitchins, man, I hope it's Tio. I wouldn't bet money on it being Tio. I wouldn't. Tio is a guy who understands boxing better than most. Or I'm sorry, he understands the fight game better than most, promoting specifically. So getting in that ring tonight never meant, oh, he's fighting Hitchins next. Not at all. That was a chance for him to still the spotlight for a moment, and masterfully done. I just think, though, that Tio and Hitchins could use each other right now, right? Tio's a guy who, at his best, he was fighting everyone. He was fighting the toughest names. He was fighting, it didn't matter if they were a slick black fighter or a come forward Hispanic fighter or say in the pocket Cuban or whatever. It didn't matter. He was going to fight anybody and everybody. Let's get back to that Tio. Let's get back to the Tio that, you know, was fighting on draft night or the eve of draft night or whatever, right? Let's get back to that, as opposed to the guy who's been just chasing the big fight, chasing the big check. You know, those of us that were around during the Mir Khan years, we know that trying to wait for the Pacquiao or Mayweather fight took something from his career. And I'm not saying that's where we're at with Tio, not at all. But we can say the trajectory hasn't been as swiftly pointed up as it has in the past, right? Wherever his timeline trajectory, right, like a stock, we'd have to say that right now it's not, you know what I'm saying? 147. Listen, here's the other part of it. That's funny that you said that. Shout out to you, Patrick. That's funny that you said that. By the way, Usman is in the ring. In the cage. It's funny you said that. 147, maybe, because I'll tell you what, dude. Hitchins looked big tonight. He looked big tonight. I mean, his frame is so wide. His wingspan is so thick and wide. Pause. But at the end of the day, bro, like, yo, he was tough to beat with the game plan that he established based off of the jab that he established, right? But when you have a jab that is designed to come from such a long range and such a compact um basics, you are going to get hit with a sharper and harder jab than you're used to, right? When you're fighting somebody bigger. So it's like if you're in a certain range and you get popped with that jab, you know that based off of how far you are from that guy, you're going to feel the impact, you know, a varying amount. With Hitchins, it feels like he makes that jab count no matter where he is at. And so, yeah, bro, I don't know. 147, you might be fucking dead on with that. Good call. Good call. Bro, yo, please, will y'all please go follow me on fucking YouTube or Twitch? I'm tired of these people, bro. I need these people gone. I need wrenches, bro. Machine Gun Matt and Super Mex are the champs, but you know, sometimes they got, you know, the fam and the kids, and you know what I mean, they got to be playing super dad or being super dad and uncle and shit. So, but I just need people to tap in and help me with these weirdos. All right, here we go, guys. Joaquin Buckley, 21-6, 5'10", 171 pounds. He weighed in for the fight. And this is a big fight. This is a really big fight for Usman. It's a crossroads fight. I don't know if he can lose this fight and still and the thing is, it's a tough fight, bro. It's a tough fight. Bro, what he did to Kobe Covington, bro. And here's the other part of it. It's like, man, Usman's losing to tough dudes, bro. Like, it's not even like you could say, oh, you know, he's washed or I mean, I would certainly say he's not as sharp as he used to be for sure. Oh, they're forehead to forehead, bro. Oh, this is gonna get nasty. This is gonna get nasty, guys. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Yo, they are ready. Oh, Buckley is like itching to go. Yo, he looks so ready, bro. Uh-oh. What'd you say, baby? Oh. All right, let's see. No Doomy back on? Nope. Yeah, Doomy, he was gonna jump off for a minute, but then he never came back. So all right. Round one, 4:35 left in the round one. In the welterweight main event, scheduled for 5. I don't know if we go there, but now Usman has successfully taken down Buckley. I mean, technically he hasn't gotten off his hand, but this is as good as a takedown is secured these days. This is weird. This is so weird. Buckley is not there. He is. Now he's on the ground. Yo, that was the long. Yo, that takedown glitched. Yo, Usman's takedown glitched in real time, bro. All right. Buckley's got him in half guard. He's figure forward his leg or his left leg. Usman's, that is. Not anymore. And Buckley tried to escape out the side. I think he was trying to get under the half guard, but he did a pretty bad attempt at it. Ooh, Usman tried a quick elbow off of the palm hold. Oh yeah. See, and they said this is the wrestling accolades of Usman, and this is where Usman really established himself. Yes, he was having some very friendly highlights, fights with fan friendly action, and highlight real moments, but it was his ability to dominate guys that you didn't think could be dominated. Certainly not in the way he would end up doing it. And Buckley now went back down. Nice from Usman. Buckley was about a quarter of the way up, and Usman reestablished the position. Usman's got a butterfly in. Now he's got them both. And he is trying everything he can do to get Usman off of him. And this is what Usman is so good at, is keeping the distance close. You're rarely going to see him get like positioned in arm bars, like in positions like these. Like nobody's ever going for submission on him like this, ever. Not that I can recall. Yeah, that's the part. Like a lot of, boxing fans or even just like regular sports fans will watch this and be like, oh, he's not doing anything. No, dude. Buckley is being worn out, dude. This right here, there is nothing more tiring than being at the bottom. And that's like all I ever did was BJJ. I never actually trained MMA. I mean, I sparred a few times, but it was all either takedowns or groundwork, or it was standing only. So we were only allowed to throw fist, knees, or fist and feet, and that was it. But I can tell you, just from rolling, bro, having a dude on you working, trying to get position, trying to gain that inch, fuck, it's exhausting. And so you're in this position, you're getting punched every once in a while, and getting little tiny moments of being rocked over and over that prevent you from, you know what I'm saying, like Yo, Daniel says, I remember watching the UFC when people booed when the ground games were being put to work. Now people cheer when they recognize the chess match on the ground. Yeah, it used to be really bad. You used to have people call for stand-ups like immediately. At the same time, though, there was that era in like 2013 or 13 to like 16 UFC, maybe 17 or yeah, maybe somewhere around there. It was like that 3 or 4 year time span where they just did not stand anyone up. I mean, nobody got stood up ever. It was the era of laying prey. That's really what it was. Oh, man. Buckley is cut right between the eyelid and the eyebrow. This is not an ideal. Why would they go to commercial break with like 10 seconds left in the round, in the corner round? That's a terrible place to get cut. That's a place where they'll stop the fight at some point if it gets bad enough, because it's leaking right into the eye. You know, when you get the temple cut, I mean, it sucks because you got to hit the temple, right? And hard enough and your equilibrium's off for at least a little bit. But at least that cut drains out, doesn't drain into your eye. All right, Usman feeling himself now, and Buckley knows he got to regroup and re-strategize. He cannot let himself go to the ground like that and stay there. Nice little half a push kick, half a round kick. Buckley wants to make this physical, but he can't, though. He can't risk getting that close to Usman and allowing him to just be fucking smothered. Usman let a right kick go, but it was blocked by Buckley. Buckley set up that pump fake from the left. He threw the jab, pump fake with the left so that he could step in to land that right uppercut. A beautiful shot, high level shot too, by the way. Yo, again, if you have not, please go to fights or go to Infighting FX. I'm gonna keep doing that too. Infighting FX on YouTube, Twitch, IG, X, Facebook, everywhere that you can. TikTok's the big one, man. I really want to start going live on that. But yeah, please, Infighting FX, Infighting Exchange, spelt Infighting FX on all platforms. Give me that follow, give me that like, give me that subscribe. I appreciate it. We go live Monday through Thursday. Boxing, wrestling, MMA, all things combat sports, and really all things sports too. I've been covering the NBA, everything a little bit. Nice little exchange on the inside. And now Usman with the long attempt and just roped Buckley's legs. Absolutely roped him into that takedown. That was one of those takedowns where Batman shoots the fucking string around your feet and you're just going. That was exactly what that was. Wrapped him up and just finished. .230 left in round two. That's exactly what it is. Rinse, repeat. Usman is breaking through to these positions as Buckley scrambles to gain an inch. And upon gaining an inch, maybe two, Usman resets, re-strategizes, and reworks himself back into his original position. And he's not advancing past that, but he's also not being stopped at all from doing what he wants to do. This is what he wants to do. Oh, now Buckley off the cage. His best chance to try to turn and push off the cage with his feet, but Usman masterfully turns him. And now he's got him countered once again, now back against the cage, and Usman is dropping elbows, sharp elbows across the forehead of Buckley. Usman looks strong. He is not faltering. That's an interesting point they made. That, you know, Buckley likely spent a lot of camp on his takedown defense and working on preventing being in this position, that he might not have put enough work into escaping this position. And if you're fighting a guy like Usman, it is a, you know, pretty good likelihood that you're gonna find yourself in this position if you're not. Oh, yo, he did the fucking drum. Yo, Buckley, he's drowning. Oh shit, Usman just fell trying to get off of Buckley. Usman sweating like fucking Anthony in the fourth, bro. Yeah, this is 2-0, and these are dominating rounds. Dominating rounds.
Two great title fights coming up at International Fight Week. Ilya Topuria and Charles Oliveira close out IFW with the lightweight belts on the line and a new champ crown. Flyweight title fight is on tap as well.
That is not the fight I wanted for Aporia, but oh well. All right. Sidekick from Buckley coming out. He's got a little pep in his step now. It looks like he's trying to find a rhythm in the striking game. That's the problem, man. When you are a talented striker and that is your advantage over your opponent, but he has proven that he can stifle you, that he can smother you like a fucking newborn with a pillow. Jesus Christ, that was dark. I don't know where that came from. Oh, a big snapping right kick from Usman. Oh, Usman almost found himself into a counter left off of Buckley, but he threw the right. See, and you see what Buckley just did, right? He threw the exchange, and then immediately he's circling and he's going around, and part of that is because he can't afford to stay in and allow himself to get taken down while simultaneously working harder than he's used to in order to put himself in a position to land certain punches and kicks or certain strikes. He's circling the cage just like his corner told him not to, and now he just squared up and let some leather fly. It looked like he caught Usman with at least one clean shot, but Usman's still coming forward, still looks fairly comfortable, still looks, you know, to a degree in control, but Buckley's definitely putting up a much more resistance in this round. Oh, beautiful boxing from Buckley. He got down and under Usman's. Oh, and now he's taken down. He got down and under on Usman's hook, and then came up and over to take the angle and landed a vicious 3-punch shot combo. But Usman now got him back down to the ground, and this is exactly where Buckley did not want to be. Sounds like a little bit of booing. And if it is, it's only because they saw how awesome that exchange was. And man, this fight's much different if it's standing. You know, this isn't like Daniel's talked about chess matches on the ground, which I mean I love, and he's right. There's a respect for them now in this era that didn't exist 10 years ago. But this isn't that. You know, this isn't Usman attempting. I mean, it's not that he's not attempting, but you know, he's not mounting, he's not going for submissions, he's not, you know, he's not trying to elevate his position. He is smothering, he is drowning, he is, I mean, he's winning, he's beating him, you know, but it's just there's no, the problem for fans, I think casuals now, they know that there's no big dramatic ending for these positions. You know, usually what you're going to get is a swarming stoppage, right? A stoppage where you're being beat down and just overcome totally. And that's what's going on with Buckley. I mean, you can see his face. He is beat. He is absolutely beat. His eye is leaking. Oh, and Usman is just not giving this kid an inch. And now Buckley's trying to make a valiant effort to his feet, but Usman's now about to take his back, and now he's got him mounted. But it's not the most beneficial position on the side of the cage like that. Oh, but Usman has reestablished himself with the mount. Oh, and Buckley was saved by the buzzard. He was in bad spot there, bro. Oh, shout out to Eric Gomez. Yeah, Doomy kicked it, but I don't know. He said he was coming back, but I don't think he's coming back, champs. But that's all right. We rocking out to the end of Usman. If you got to see Kambosos, and yeah, shout out to the boxing biz. Hell yeah, champ. But yeah, if you got to see Hitchins and Kambosos, then you know that Hitchins had a great win tonight. Solid performance. Andy Cruz as well. Beat was it Mashira? I forgot how to say it. But anyway, he won his fight. It was probably the best performance of Andy Cruz's career. I think that might be something you could say. All right, now Buckley's letting the hands go a little bit more at the beginning. Oh, and just through the jab, left kick. Oh, yo, he is trying to tear through Usman with these strikes. Yo, he is now going into shredder mode. And anything that gets into that range, he's shredding them up. Champ, what's going on? Low Nose Boxing said Mario hip thrust Mungia. Champ, good to see you. It's been a minute. Yo, if y'all have not, please tap into Infighting FX on YouTube, TikTok, IG, YouTube, really, just YouTube, please, and TikTok, honestly. But YouTube, it helps. For those that don't know, I got shadow banned a couple months ago now, so had to restart the whole channel from scratch. Infighting Exchange, spelled Infighting FX on all platforms. Tap in Monday through Thursday, boxing, wrestling, MMA, all things combat sports, right here, one channel. Yo, Usman's willing to strike a little bit in exchange with Buckley in a way that he hadn't been wanting to in the past 3 rounds. But that said, when you put 3 rounds to bed the way that Usman has, like, you won the fight. You won the fight. You won the 3 rounds. Oh, and Usman caught Buckley with a nice right hand. Yo, he swelled up Buckley so bad. Yeah, Buckley is trying everything he can to get Usman to bite on anything to get him in range of something devastating. And this is Buckley's only shot, is to land a submission or a knockout, because those first 3 rounds were clear Usman rounds. Buckley landed a nice right hand, but that's the thing, is he can't follow up. You know, the hardest thing to do is to follow up on a guy that can take you down and has taken you down, and not just take you down, but keep you down. See, that's the problem. It's like, if you've been able to stop one takedown attempt, which you haven't up until this point right here, he's still hanging on. He's still hanging on. Buckley is on the verge of being taken down, but he has established a strong base I wouldn't say a strong base, but strong enough base to prevent Usman. But no, that was it. It was always there, honestly. He just needed the right time to take it. And Buckley back to where he has spent a large majority of the fight. Bruh. Yeah, that's the hardest part for him. It's like, Usman's not telegraphing takedowns or takedown attempts, or I mean, anytime he attempts to shoot, before Buckley even realizes, he is smothered. And here it is, a reset again. Same shit, bro. A little bit better? You think he needs to learn to wrestle a little bit better from his back? I mean, it would be nice if Usman could try and finish it in the 5th. I mean, that would be not the smartest approach for a professional fighter. Taking those gambles when you got 4 in the bag and there's no way this dude could beat you on the scorecards, because that's where we are in this fight. I mean, you can knock this down. You could knock this dude down 3 times in this round and still lose the fight. Well, don't help when you're telling him the only thing going wrong in this fight. All right. Final round. Buckley's got 5 minutes to try to make something special happen. And Usman's looked great, man. He has looked great. Unfortunately, the welterweight division isn't the most exciting that it's been. Oh, and now they're exchanging. Usman got through with the right, but Buckley is, degrees away from landing something significant, something that could change the fight in his momentum. But Usman now not as willing to exchange anymore. He's still going with the champ, but that's the other part about it. He's not really setting up takedowns, really. He's kind of allowing Buckley to fall into the trap himself. Buckley's right there, bro. He's changing levels. He's, you could throw a little more, right? You could pump fake a little more, and those things would definitely help. Oh, wow. He stopped his first takedown. Yo, the crowd went crazy for that too. They did not want to see that shit go back to the ground. There's just there's very little. The inspiration in the welterweight division doesn't exist in a way that it used to. Don't get me wrong, that Muhammad and Jack Della fight was terrific. But not much depth after that. Ooh, Buckley landed a nice long range left, stepped in with it, and then shot it and covered a lot of ground. Yeah, Buckley definitely did not expect to spend as much time on his back as he did. Oh, man, Usman just grabbed the leg with no issue, but Buckley is fighting it off. Wow, second takedown stopped. And the crowd again is going crazy that they don't have to watch him lay and pray. Oh, and this is not going to get stopped. He got down. Oh, but he sprawled. Oh, he threw a knee off the back. Oh, a big uppercut and a left on Usman. Yo, Buckley's got 2 minutes and 23 seconds left to try to do something. He was 5 for 5 in takedowns before this round. Okay, now he's throwing some pretty wild long-range shots. He's trying to hit something like oh, and Buckley just walked into a Usman left, and then he landed the right. Buckley came crashing in with a hook. Oh, and they both went. That looked like a headbutt clash. And now Usman's got Buckley up against the cage, nowhere where Buckley wants to be. With a minute 30 left in the fight, the kid is busted in the mouth, in the eye, and he has escaped Usman's grip again. Crowd again, loving it, loving that they're gonna at least exchange. Oh, a vicious body shot, a vicious right and then left body shot from Buckley onto Usman, followed by a left hand from Buckley. Usman doesn't look affected at all. Honestly, he does not look affected at all. And now a big left that lands on Usman again, but nothing. Usman is in this fight. I just don't know if Buckley has anything left on those shots to make them count against Usman at this point in the fight. If he could have landed one of those shots, say in the first or second round, it might have been different. He lined him up. Buckley lined up Usman with a left. And I'll be honest, that was a tough miss right there. That was a tough miss. Ooh, a nice left connects for Buckley. And now he's throwing wide shots, wide combos, and he's landing some of them. Usman's standing tall, though. Not trying to do anything, not trying to just grapple or tackle or take down. 18 seconds left. Buckley's closing in. He's more methodical. Now he's getting desperate. Long range shot. whiffed with it. Usman knows if he can make it to 10 seconds, he's got this fight. Buckley's got to do something to close the distance and land something big. One last big left hand. Usman reversed it, put him against the cage, and landed the shot. I'm telling you right now, there's no way in the world that Usman does not get that decision victory. Clear as day. Oh, and look who it is. The Boxing Biz champ. Doomy said that we jumped off and disappeared. That didn't happen, bro. We was here the whole time. But you know what, champ? You're appreciated for jumping on tonight. And I appreciate all of y'all for rocking out with me. 3 hours. Wow, that went by real quick. Listen, if you didn't get to rock out with us at the beginning of the show, you can go back. I watched Cruz, and then Doomy hopped on for the Hitchins fight. You know, we talked about Dana White's role for the Canelo-Bud fight and whether or not he will be relinquishing his UFC duties for more boxing in the future. We talked about Turkey's Tom and Jerry comment and Ryan Garcia's issues that he's taken with them in Turkey, trying to alter fights or fight scripts or, you know, take away certain aspects of the fight game. Yeah. And then, of course, we just watched the Usman fight. So shout out to Thug Rose, who got the win as well. I'm going to have to go back and watch the UFC and the boxing prelims. But yeah, guys, that's gonna do it for me. I appreciate everybody who tapped in tonight. Infighting FX, Infighting Exchange, spelled Infighting FX on all platforms. That's YouTube, Facebook, X, Twitch, and TikTok also, please. Just if you could give me that follow, that would be dope. IG as well. I go live Monday through Thursday, boxing, MMA, wrestling, WWE, AEW, everything. All combat sports, one channel. That's it. Es todo. We will be live probably tomorrow. Yeah, you know what? I might do like a workout on stream. I cleaned out the back. Well, my wife did. And I got a bunch of different equipment and gear and stuff that I'm going to be utilizing. And yeah, we'll get some workouts. Maybe we'll try to do a full week with the first hour workout stream, and then the next couple hours combat sports talk. Oh, you know what? No. We'll stream Undisputed tomorrow because I'm gonna be at the parents' house for Father's Day. By the way, happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. Shout out Daniel. Appreciate you, champ. Appreciate everybody that was in the chat tonight. Low Nose Boxing, champ. Good to hear from you. Daniel Barajas, Eric Gomez, champ. Shout out to Patrick Allen, Love Hurts, Ryan Hong. Oh, Christopher Jermaine, the champ in the building. Jerome Wolf, man, you're the champ, big dog. Angel Concepcion, Host Delegado. HLD was in the building. You know I love HLD. He the man. Do, Babyface Drew. Yeah, bro. If I didn't get you, Chris. Yeah, Chris Partlow, champ, was in here too. Yeah, man. Everybody that kicked it. Cruz. I can't forget Cruz, the champ. He popped on. He popped out for a second, and then paid us that visit. So he's the champ for that. But yeah, Infighting FX, all social medias. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, hit the follow, share it. And just know that the link is always open. You jump on, you get your call. You can talk about any topic you want, even if it ain't what's on the title. And so, yeah, Doomy and I will probably be back together. He just texted me, asked me if you want to do it tomorrow. So maybe we'll stream together tomorrow, probably. But until then, peace.